this morning. Right now, things are backed up southbound on the Greenway due to a crash blocking the left lane near the 434 exit. A crash now reported westbound on the Beach Line, also blocking the left lane at the Orange Blossom Trail exit. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. Your day already has enough drama. Don't let the oil light steal the show. Save up to 30% at Take 5. Just drive in, stay in your car, and be out in about 10 minutes. Take 5. Stay in your car. Get back to your day.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Hey, Orlando. Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. It's tournament season, and the deals are tipping off. As interest rates drop, we're driving them down even further with financing as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. And our team is ready to go full court press to help you get approved, even if your credit isn't perfect. Explore one of the area's largest Kia inventories at greenwaykias.com. More inventory, more competition, more money for your trade. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
With approved credit. Offers expire 4/5/26.
I'm Lori Siegel, and this is Mostly Human, a tech podcast through a human lens. This week, an interview with OpenAI CEO Sam Altman.
I think society is going to decide that creators of AI products bear a tremendous amount of responsibility to the products we put out in the world.
An in-depth conversation with the man who's shaping our future.
My highest order bit is to not destroy the world with AI.
Listen to Mostly Human on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Mostly Human and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
One man, one microphone, 8 hard-ass questions, and enough fun to light up your whole week. It's Fritz on the Street. Catch it live Thursdays at 1 p.m. on The News Junkie. Sponsored by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're fixing the unfixable. Combining the use of robotics and an endoscope, our expert neurosurgeons are performing spinal fusion surgeries more safely and effectively than ever before, with smaller incisions which lead to quicker recovery times for patients. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Spring allergy season is here, and if you're like most of us, you're suffering from allergies, maybe even sinus infections. Let me guess. Itchy, watery eyes, sinus headaches, sneezing, runny nose. Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help, so you can start treating the source instead of just masking the symptoms. Aspire has helped thousands just like you with solutions that actually work. Don't spend another season being miserable. Go to aspireallergy.com to schedule your appointment today. That's aspireallergy.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM, HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Sealand.
It is Thursday, April 9th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from the Bahamas murder mystery to Michael J. Fox fights back after CNN kills him off, and the cringe fast food CEOs are back at it again. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good. Pretty good.
Ready.
How about you? Ready. Yes.
Good. A lot going on today on the show. We'll have some fun as we go. We got some twists and turns. I want to start off in an unusual way for, the whole put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours open. I'm going to give you another choose your own adventure moment. And everybody gets a vote. I shall weight your votes differently. I saw chat votes count, all right, over on Twitch, TNJ chat, YouTube, I see you. Your votes will count to some number, and Sealand and Sabrina's votes will count to some number. I will work them. I have an algorithm in my head, and I'll work this whole thing out. I want to know, for the opening clip, do we want to head toward the light or veer toward the dark? Which one of the two do we want to do to start off the show on a Thursday? Do we want to head toward the light or do we want to veer toward the dark? I'll take light or dark on chat so you can get fast with your replies. But go ahead. Sabrina, what is your adventure choice here for the beginning of the show?
I am choosing veer to the dark.
Veer to the dark for Sabrina. Sealand, what about you? What do you think? Veer to the dark or head to the light?
Veer to the dark.
We got a lot of dark folks now.
Dark.
I mean, everybody's turning to the dark. Everybody's going for dark meat. Every single person is going in that direction. So that's the way we'll start. You demanded it. Here we go. We go to a warehouse in California where a man is a little bit mad at his employer, so he burnt the entire warehouse down. How's that for dark? Let's listen in as he filmed himself burning the warehouse down. Here we go. So it's a huge warehouse in a place called Ontario, California. And I'm trying to look at what he's burning here. It looked like paper towels or
toilet paper.
Or toilet paper.
That goes up quick.
Yeah. Is Scott toilet paper?
I mean, probably both. You would think that the paper industries kind of dabble in both fields, but I think Scott's is usually toilet paper.
Also, if there is a warehouse full of toilet paper, still today in 2026, it's worth $1 billion. $1 billion. And this guy lights the whole place on fire and films himself. Now, for those of you watching on YouTube, you can see on the right what happened to this warehouse. It was completely burned to the ground. It's an Amazon-sized warehouse. Like, you're on one side and you can't see the other. That's how big this warehouse is.
Scott makes both, so it could be either.
They make both of them? Yeah, well, whatever they are, they're in flames, okay? Fire in the warehouse.
Should have paid us enough to live. You know, we may not get paid enough to live, but these bitches dirt cheap.
Matches
All
or
you
lighter.
had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
Sounds like the guy can't live.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
He shows the aisles burning of all of these rows and rows of stuff in this factory that he's lit on fire. And he said, you couldn't pay us enough to effing live. And then these are cheap. And he showed like a lighter or matches or something. And he lit it all on fire and burned it all down. And there'll be people who are like, he's a true class hero.
Wow, this
guy is gonna be the money you are making is the least of your worries.
Yeah, you got a new place to live for sure, man.
Yeah, you do. And you don't have to worry about your salary, pal. You're gonna be
no.
Unless you get thrown a Hail Mary here, you're probably the Scott's toilet paper people are probably going to take you down. Somebody on Twitch says, ask for a raise, my dude. I have a feeling he might have, and he might have been turned down, and so he burned the whole warehouse down.
If this guy did this without asking for the raise, then, we have some problems. We lock this guy up for even longer.
Everybody at the warehouse should get a raise the next day, though, probably just like.
They have some days off, I imagine.
Yeah, well, they have to pick up the mess, so you got to throw a little extra at them, but so weird, and the way he filmed himself there. Fire in the warehouse.
Should have paid us enough to live. You know, we may not get paid enough to live, but these bitches dirt cheap.
You're like a Zippo.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
All you had to do
was pay us enough to live.
I wonder how much he wanted. Like, because now
enough to live, Sean. Are you listening to the man?
But how much is enough to live? All right. Like, what if he went in the day before with some manager, and the manager is like, "Hey, what can I get you?" And he goes, "I need enough to live." And he goes, "How much is that?" And the guy goes, "I want a 50% raise." And then they go, "No, we're going to have to turn that down." And now, like, the manager's manager is going, "Man, all you had to do was this could have saved us a lot of heartache here.
If you just paid him enough to live.
All he needed was enough to live."
That's
okay. Did anybody die fighting this? I don't know. I don't assume so. Somebody else says this is what Sean is going to do in iHeartMedia in 2 weeks. Don't put that out there, okay? I'm not burning anything down, and I want a lot more than enough to live. This guy, I only wanted enough to live. I told you it was a dark turn, and you chose it this morning to start us off. Do you want to see what was behind the light, or do we just move on? Because that was the choice you made.
Well, now I'm curious. If we've got the time, if chat's up for it, yeah.
I'll tell you, and then I won't play it for you. The light direction.
Never going to happen.
C-Lane, great point. Great point.
It's like he pulled both of them. He pulled them for the show. He's going to play them both every time. It's like, yeah.
Why do you think I picked the dark first, man? So we can wash it out with some light.
Fine, I'll play the light one. We'll go down the light path. This was pretty fun, I thought. And they said Wrigley Field has released a video of their hot dog vendors. This is much more light than the dark.
This is so incredibly different than
it is. Yeah,
pay us enough to live.
All you had to do was pay us a living wage. And the fire is burning around him. And these guys are showing you their best hot dog call. They're the Wrigley Field vendors. They're very good at what they do. And here's how they call for them hot dogs.
Hot dogs! Hot dogs! Get your hot dogs Chicago style.
Whoa, buddy.
Hey, dogman, hot dogs here. Dogman, hot dogs.
Is he saying dogman?
Dogman.
What's that mean?
He's a dogman.
He's a
man
hot
with
dog man.
dogs.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on.
I was like, wait, is he got like a nickname here?
Costume?
Yeah. Now I get it. I get Dogman. He's the hot dog vendor. These guys have such loud, bellowing voices, though.
Gary, the first one, has my vote already.
I mean, Gary was like, he's an older guy.
He was doing a little opera.
He had a nice little note that he was hitting there on the light side for us here. And Gary, the Wrigley Field hot dog vendor, really did get to that. It kind of shook your spine a little bit.
Hot dogs!
All right, that's number one.
Hot dogs!
Number two.
Hot dogs
No.
Chicago style.
Number three.
Hey, dogman, hot dogs here. Dogman, hot dogs.
Oh my gosh, you see?
Four.
Hot dogs. Hot dogs. Hot dogs.
No.
Hot
No,
dogs.
Peter.
Hot dogs, man.
No.
Hey, hot dogs. Hot dogs here.
Something when we get further in, they start
How
sucking.
many are
Yeah, there's so many dog boys out here. Dogman.
Hey, hot dogs. Hot dog, diggly dog. Hot dogs. Get your hot dogs. Don't be a wiener. Hot dog. Hot dogs.
Ooh.
Get your hot dogs.
They all have little gimmicks and lines.
Some of them are so noob at this.
Oh, yeah. Hot dog.
Like and subscribe. Hot dog.
They go to like the new fat guy and he's like, hot dog for sale. And then the older dude's like, hot dog, hot diggity dog. You know, they got the whole Mickey Mouse song going on.
Mm-hmm.
They're all doing their best out there. You could pick your hero. That was a light start to the day.
I think
You'll
I
never
like
know what it sounds like.
Dogman.
Ooh,
Dogman,
really?
Dogman. Yeah, that guy seemed into
Number
it too.
three.
Kevin did have a deep voice for number two. That sounds weird, but in the number three, Lewis is the winner.
Hey, dogman, hot dogs here. Dogman, hot dogs.
Yeah,
He's
I
ripping
don't
the
know.
bush apart as he does that.
I don't know how all of them,
Which you're not supposed to do. That's the ivy. You're not supposed to touch it.
They're doing this in front of the Ivy at Wrigley Field in Chicago where the Cubs play. And when they're doing this, I just think afterwards, imagine how long does a baseball game take? 9 innings has got to be 3 hours or something.
Pretty long. It's
and you're out there going, Dogman. I'm done.
He's probably done by the 8th inning, maybe 7th.
Oh, my God. I would be done.
I would
cut
it off.
I would just have a little sign or something. But you'll never know what that sounds like because that was a clip that nobody picked for, Choose Your Own Adventure to start things off here today on the show.
So I can turn the show back on now?
Yeah. Turn it back on. That part was not broadcast for anybody. Before we get into your emails, a really good take here, okay? A really good take. Let's frame this one. Let's put this one up on the hallways of iHeartMedia today, if we can. The really
next to
good
the
take.
Stop dropping your zins in the urinal sign?
Yeah, let's put it up right next to that warning in the bathroom at iHeartRadio. And I'll tell you, let's hang this up somewhere. 2.2 million views. Oil had gone down after this very shaky truce with Iran went through yesterday. And this guy said, $71 a barrel. Gas stations better be dropping those prices as fast as they raise them. Just hang out for that one, folks, all right? Just you brace yourself and hang out for that because you go up quite fast at the gas station. But now, when we have things even out a little bit and the gas per barrel, oil per barrel goes down to like $71, watch those pumps and see if they react going down the same speed they did going up. I think you'll find that it doesn't work out that way, and that's what Chad was talking about. $71 a barrel. Gas stations better be dropping those prices as fast as they raise them. What do you think? Hit us up with your feedback today. Here we go. Some emails to kick us off. Jesse emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hi, guys. Rather new listener here. He says, I was listening to the story about the dog honking the horn while locked in the car. This was yesterday. Where was that dog? Ireland or something?
Killarney, yeah.
Killarney, Ireland. The dog was locked in the car and somebody filmed him, and the dog was honking the horn the whole time for his owners to come back. He says, I used to work for a company that performed emergency roadside assistance in South Florida. We worked directly with the local police and fire rescue, simply due to the number of children and animals that would get locked in the car. Back in 2010, we would perform at least one a week in Broward County alone. With Florida being Florida, if you ever come across a vehicle that needs emergency entrance to, it's always highly suggested to puncture or remove the windshield, as insurance easily replaces that. With all these new vehicles becoming smarter and smarter, I'd like to think the safety features have increased when it comes to things like this. Stay gold. Listening to you always makes my day, says Jesse. Thank you for the email, Jesse.
I don't know. I
Appreciate
think
that.
a lot of the people who are about saving the dog or the baby that is stuck in the car, they at the moment don't usually think about, what would be easiest for the car owner to replace as I'm saving, especially a dog.
To hell with them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't care. Like, it's easier for them to replace the windshield. Okay, cool. Then I'll go with both the side windows. Does it have one of those little like triangle corner windows? Because that seems like the most difficult in there. I'll smash that one out first and then go, we can't get the St. Bernard.
Can't fit.
Then you smash the other window for good measure. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Josh emails about the hookers in Hopetown. If you missed this, I have big updates coming up at the top of the hour about this Bahamas possibly murder mystery where a woman went, quote unquote, overboard. Josh says this law probably isn't a thing in the Bahamas, but Florida law and federal law requires operators of vessels under 26 feet, and they were in an 8-foot dinghy when she fell overboard. Vessels under 26 feet are supposed to wear an engine cutoff switch ECOS lanyard when traveling on plane or above displacement speed. I was once in the Florida Keys, 20 miles out, not wearing my lanyard, and I fell out of the boat and barely grabbed the ladder as my boat was riding away. Oh my God.
That's terrifying.
Should always wear it, says Josh.
And
Thank you.
Here's another terrifying part. Like, I have had a mishap like that on a jet ski being on a lake. Like a small lake that's not super accessible. Probably only the people that lived on it were able to use it.
Yeah.
However, if you're in the Keys and your boat is moving and you fall off and you don't have that cutoff, depending on which way your boat is pointed, it could just be going into the ocean.
Yeah.
To the deep blue sea, baby.
To Cuba.
See you later.
Destroy it right before.
I don't know why, though. Sometimes when I see that happen, they start going in circles. And maybe because they turn the wheel when they jump off or they fall off or something?
Either they already had their hands on the wheel, and as part of your, not so dainty self-removal from the boat, you kind of hit the wheel. Mm-hmm. So that is pretty common, I think, for the thing to go in circles. But, I mean, if it doesn't, you are.
I'll tell you, selfish of me, I would be most worried if I'm popping off a boat and going overboard of that engine. If I ended up underneath the boat at all and that the other side of that motor just grabbing me would be my real nightmare scenario. But I guess there's lots of things to worry about, including this. Justin emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, it's Justin from West Palm Beach. Hi, Justin. Justin says, ideal in yachting. Nice.
Ooh.
I don't know what went on with this boat accident in the Bahamas, but it sounds like the couple do like to drink and went on the island to do so and have fun on a Saturday night. And after drinking, there's been many times when I say it's going to be fine and I get home. I assume they thought the same and did so. If he is as big of a drinker as the daughter says, his wife probably said, I got this, you just sit tight and I'll drive. Saturday down here in Florida, we knew storms were coming. They may have thought they were okay. This totally could be accidental, but maybe not. I certainly hope not. If there's a life insurance policy, well, that might be a little more sus, but it actually sounds legit to me. I know we as listeners like to assume, but being a drinker that has been in situations like that in my younger days, I could see this happening. He finishes, winds create high waves, and in a small dinghy like that, you have to have an extremely bumpy ride, especially in open water. Just saying my thoughts. Love the show. Hope iHeart comes to their senses and keeps you on board. Don't want to go day to day in the future without being able to listen to the #1 rated show, The News Junkie. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop, says Justin. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that for sure. I mean, there are some things that are on the side of this guy whose wife is missing in the Bahamas. I'll lay out the case in his defense at the top of the hour, and then I'll lay out the case as I see it against him. All right, we'll bring both of those to the forefront. More emails to get into, but when we come back, you thought the whole cringe fast food CEO moment was over? Oh, boy, do I have an update for you, and I'll play it for you. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is still backed up in the Orlando area this morning, east and westbound on I-4 for those traveling by the major attractions.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. So good to have you today on the program. I see you, TNJ chat. Hi, how are you? Minnie Giggles, Steph, Bread, Swilly, I see you over there. Hey. Twitch, I can see you. I see you, YouTube. We're off and running on a Thursday, and man, is there a lot to get to today. So I'm excited to get into some of the drama. Back live in just a couple of minutes. Charles says, I just dropped my partner in the ocean. No harm. I forgot. Hey, here's the deal. At the top of the hour, I'm going to give the case against the husband and the case in support of the husband. All right? The case against the husband and the case in support of the husband. And you guys can start to see where you're shaping up on this one. Right? I think it's a very, very interesting story. Hey, Yuckers. Hey, Kitten. Hey, Bootsy, MFQ. Hey, everybody. I do have a bit of an announcement to make. It is with deep regret that I inform you that we are going to have to shut down TNJ Chat 2.0. I am convinced that it's the greatest chat room that's ever been built. Only getting better by the day. With one of the greatest chat communities ever formed in the history of human existence. But it has become a den for gambling. And we just have to come out and say this. It has become a gambling den for degenerate goons. Maybe some predators on there, again. And there are some discussions very, very high up in the ranks about shutting down TNJ Chat 2.0. The freaks and creeps over there have gone a little too far, and they just can't stop the gambling. So I'll give you some news on that, but for now, stay away from the degenerates over there. What happened with the Apple TV show? What are you talking about, Paul? What Apple TV show? Paul, I await your answer. We're waiting on Paul, everybody. Lori says, too much porn in there? No, not this time. I actually did weed out the creepers and weirdos. And the actual degenerates. Yes, I actually weeded them out. That's why it's 2.0. For now, TNJ Chat 2.0 stays open. But you have been warned, okay? You have been warned about the gambling behavior. Wait, you can gamble in there? I'm on my way. I tried to log in yesterday to the News Junkie, and there's nothing there. I don't know what that means. You tried to log in to the website? Where did you try to log in? You may have emailed me, and if you did and I missed it, I apologize. But I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. You mean the Apple TV app? The Apple TV app is live. It works perfectly fine for me in testing. If you're having problems with it, please email. Again. All right? Because we might run into some issues. There they go. TNJ Chat's just Gamble City. And I didn't code it to ignore the blackjack. So now you're just going to see blackjack. Blackjack code. Hey, Barbara. How you doing? Looks like it's time for TNJ Chat 2.1. Well, on the Bahamas boat thing, the hookers in Hopetown, it looks like the police have brought in the husband for questioning. They were talking about charges. We're going to get into exactly where that is. But before I lay out the case for and against, what do you guys think about the husband in the hookers in Hopetown Bahamas murder mystery story? Where are we at right this moment? Before I say anything else about this, where are we at right this moment? Guilty or not guilty? What is your suspicion? Guilty or not guilty? 1 minute, we're coming back. Is he guilty or not guilty? Just want to get an idea of where you're at before we get into all the new information on this case. Because it is super interesting. And I want to see if your thoughts on this change over time. Thank you, Paul. Paul, make sure you send that email. Very sus. Not guilty. Husband shows no remorse. Guilty. Not guilty. Husband's got to stick together. Guilty. Guilty is sin. No evidence, Nick says, of guilt. Guilty, not guilty. All right, we're at the top of the hour. I'll give you a full update on this. And I'll lay out the case for and against this guy. We'll see if I can sway you. All right, here we go.
Wayfinder Life-Changing Travel is back for Season 2. Join us as we explore breathtaking natural beauty and the layered history of destinations around the world.
One of the things that really struck me about my time in Alaska, there's just a more dramatic starkness where the water and the land meet. It really is just a magical landscape.
So come along as Season 2 takes off. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Wayfinder, and listen now.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
preparing you
For the impending robot uprising.
This is the News Junkie.
This is the News Junkie. I am the News Junkie, and the website is thenewsjunkie.com. It's all very easy to find. Learn more about the show over there on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. You thought we were done with all these cringe fast food CEOs, but alas, we are not. I've got an update for you on this. This was the story about, it was started, I think, but it's so... it got to be such a mess, it's hard to remember where it started. I think it was started by the CEO of McDonald's, Chris Kempczynski, who took a bite of the new burger that they had, and his bite was like a...
barely a bite. He just touched his lips, essentially, and he's like, delicious.
He took a nibble, like 1/5 of the size of what Sabrina would take even for a burger bite.
I think before the Chris guy from McDonald's did it, the Burger King CEO had done that fake, here's my cell phone number, I'm going to listen to your ideas thing.
That's true.
But it really didn't start amping up until the McDonald's CEO did the burger tasting, and then the Burger King guy, he jumped in, and then brands we had completely forgotten about, like A&W root beer, they were jumping in. It was a whole thing.
Everybody wanted some attention, all these fast food places, and then by the time it ended, the CEOs were like, I'm Barney Huckabee from Huckabee's Burgers Incorporated. And who are you, Barney? What the hell? I know you just told me, but I still don't know. C-Lane's right. It started with the Burger King guy pretending like he gave away his cell phone number so we could call him. And then we called him and he was lying. And then the McDonald's CEO took that tiny little burger bite. And now Chris Kempczynski is back. And let me tell you, buddy, they hoodwinked your ass. All right? They were doing an interview with him. I think it was like the Wall Street Journal or something. And they were doing an interview with the McDonald's leader. And they said, well, take a bite of this chicken nugget. And you should have known, my guy. Hey, I got to be careful here. Last time I took a bite of something, the company exploded. I made a mistake with the Big Arch Deluxe Super Burger or whatever it is. I got to be careful. But here we go again. He's hanging out in the test kitchen with him, and they go, take a bite of the nug. All you have to do is get a little nug bite here and totally do it as normal as you possibly can. And the Wall Street Journal got him again. Here he is.
Advice for somebody to how to eat on camera?
Well, I'd say the biggest thing is just dive right in. So I'm looking forward to taking a nice bite out of this chicken nugget.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Totally normal the way you said that, pal.
And the bite still just the corner.
I like how he goes, I'm looking forward to taking a bite out of this chicken nugget that I'm looking at here.
Yeah.
Who talks like this? Here's the sin. The real sin follows.
Eat on camera?
Well, I'd say the biggest thing is just dive right in. So I'm looking forward to taking a nice bite out of this chicken nugget.
And he didn't bite it. I mean,
and he takes a little child-sized bite out of the end of a chicken nugget. And I will tell you right now, all right, with God watching, okay, fire this man. Fire this man. What kind of animal doesn't one bite a McDonald's chicken nugget? What kind of untrustworthy goon? Behind the scenes, what is this man's internet history full of? What is this man actually up to?
I feel like he doesn't eat. I feel like someone plugs him into something and that gives him his nutrients for the day. Because what he did, sometimes you could do 2 bites in a nugget. You've dipped it, now you get that second half. The first guy who was on the video, he bit it properly. He just made that into 14 bites in one nugget.
He took a nibble of this thing. And you're right, Zuckerberg 1.0 vibes here. Like, well, I am a human. I still am a human. And this guy takes a little tiny nibble out of a nugget. There are, I don't want to get this wrong, the McDonald's people will come after me. C-Lane, how many different shapes of nuggets are there? 3? Three shapes of nuggets?
Let's see.
4. There's like a boot. There's a couple other ones. There's only a couple of them. One thing is for sure. You take all of them, you put them in your mouth as you would a pill.
4 distinct shapes. The ball, the boot, the bow tie, or some call it the bone, and the belt.
ball, the boot, the butt, the belt, whatever, what all of those were, all of those big old dangle, you put them in your mouth. You eat them. You're the CEO of McDonald's, and you're acting like you're allergic to the menu items, sir. What is wrong with you?
Also, he didn't call it a McNugget, which is its proper name.
Oh, did he just say nugget?
He said this chicken nugget.
Yeah, the branding should be Chicken McNugget. They've spent about $1 trillion on that. Kevin says lizard people do not eat people food. It's like it's his first day on earth every time this guy eats on camera. And all you have to do is eat a nug. And I'm not going to lie to you. As old as I might get and as much as I might like nice fancy food sometimes, McDonald's chicken nuggets are good.
Delicious.
There ain't nothing wrong. They have perfected a couple of things on that menu because they've made them for what, 60 years, 70 years, however long they've been making those things at McDonald's. And some of them, like the Big Mac or the Quarter Pounder or the Chicken McNuggets, they have perfected. You take that McNugget and you put it in your mouth and you eat it in one go. And if you don't, you should be fired from the company immediately. You're a bad representative. And what the hell is even this?
I say, if you're eating on camera, 2 bites is fine.
Yeah, 2 bites? Why? Because the camera's going to catch you, looking like an animal eating in 1 bite?
Maybe. He's trying to talk while he does this.
They slowed him down,
He's going to be like, woof.
This chicken nugget.
Oh my God, I don't understand, but I'm having what do you say? It's so weird.
The journalist afterwards just points out the obvious. He goes, it's a little weird to watch each other eat. And he's like, hold it right here.
It's a little weird to watch each other eat.
Yeah, well, imagine how I felt.
Yeah, imagine how I felt. All you had to do was just take a big bite. Little, tiny, little.
Did someone tell him the first one didn't go so well?
I think he is not in touch with human media. I think that he is not actually familiar with what's happening on planet Earth, and he just plugs himself in each day and gets a new download. This is not going to be a good download. Day after this, Chris Kempczynski over at McDonald's. I mean, I salute your product, but you got to get on board a little bit more. You got to do things right, like the folks perhaps over at NASA who are just amazing. Amazing work all the way around with NASA. I did find for the Artemis 2 group and all these just splendid, even I hesitate to say it, even the Canadian. I find all of these astronauts to be splendid, great representatives of all space programs of the United States of America, Canada, and of the entire world, really, just all of humanity. And now I have the quote from this particular mission. You know how they keep trying to make stuff quotable when they go around the moon? They're like...
Only the entire time.
Yeah, they're like, you're going around the dark side of the moon. What do you have to say? And they go, the moon may have a dark side, but the earth is all bright from here. Or whatever they come up with. And, you know, they write down somewhere.
It
Like,
really is flat.
We're going to take the burn that, points us at the moon. Not because we choose the moon, but because we choose. I'm like, what are you doing? Not everything.
I choose the moon. Wait, what? What?
You don't have to have a little inspiring chicken noodle soup for the spaceman's soul speech before you hit every button.
To Sabrina's point about the flat Earth comment,
I think that would be great.
Wouldn't it be just something if we had an astronaut that was a troll? Yeah. And they did go up there and they were like, oh my God, the flat Earth people were right.
Houston, we're seeing ships just go off the edge of the Earth. Yeah,
flat as a pancake. It is flat as a pancake up here.
We can see Jeffrey Epstein from here too.
It's just you could have so many space memes. If you were a memester in space, oh God. A memester in space. What a time to be alive. Here's my favorite quote. Whole mission, whole damn thing. I thought about this for a while. I sat there, and for the first time in maybe a year, somebody said something that I ruminated with. I sat there, and I indulged myself in the moment thinking about what this guy had just said in space on a spacewalk. Listen in.
On a spacewalk?
Yeah, he's out there. He's moving around.
There's no spacewalks in this mission.
Shh.
I'm sorry.
He's on a spacewalk.
He's walking right now.
Yeah, he's working. He's working on something. This is a different time when he was on a spacewalk. The visual is of a different time when he was on a spacewalk. His quote is this. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
He says, while spacewalking, that's why I told you about the spacewalk part. This was a previous time that he was in space.
Oh, this is Reed Wiseman.
This is Reed Wiseman, Artemis II astronaut. And here's the quote. While spacewalking, I realized something. I used to think I was scared of heights, but now I know I was just scared of gravity. Let it sink in, all right? Let it sink in a little bit.
Scared of gravity, buddy.
Yeah.
Coming back to Earth pretty soon.
I used to think I was scared of heights, but now I know I was just scared of gravity.
Huh.
Think about that a little bit. I was like, wow, okay. I mean, I don't care about it being up high somewhere. I care about the effect of gravity smashing my carcass to the ground and ending it all for me. It's a thinker. It's a thinker and not a thinker at the same time, actually. Which
you don't
is
really have to think much more about it. That makes sense.
But just think about it. Just think about it a little. While spacewalking, I realized something. I used to think I was scared of heights, but now I know I was just scared of gravity. Huh? All right? This is big. Think about that. Let it punctuate your day in some way. That is Reed Wiseman, who's not spacewalking on this go-round for Artemis II, but is up there moonwalking, if you will, doing his thing out there with these other NASA astronauts, excuse me. Lots of feedback coming in. Your emails is what I mean. Your emails to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and also your dispatches, which you can record yourself over on the website. That's over at thenewsjunkie.com. You can record a video or audio dispatch. Go, Sean, here's what I think about what you're saying. Or you guys are talking about this. What do you think about this? Have you heard about this story? Always open to something else going on out there. And that's why I try to keep my eye on every story possible. But your feedback matters. So send it in, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, or record a dispatch right now to be featured on the show, thenewsjunkie.com. They are headed for splashdown on Friday, tomorrow, and it'll be about 8 p.m. EDT. Sometimes people get triggered when I say EST when it's not technically EST.
Yeah.
It's the time of year. Oh, do you get triggered by that too?
I know you're doing it right.
No, now I'm looking at the paper and I just remembered I get emails where people will be so particular about my language, and it's crazy because I'm pretty particular about language.
I know that's why I actually you.
I focus on trying to communicate and say things the correct way and try to make things easier to understand. And I do take an interest in communication, and then people will be like, Sean, you said Eastern Standard Time. And technically this time of year, we're EDT, not EST. And okay. All right. Sure. It's going to be Friday at 8 p.m. I'll just stop there. 8 p.m. on the East Coast, Friday at 8 p.m. Those astronauts are going to be headed home for splashdown off the coast of San Diego. Whale's vagina is what that means, as everybody famously knows. It was the first time hearing from the team since their historic lunar flyby. Saw them travel from Earth. They said, we have to get back. There's so much data that you've already seen, but all the good stuff is coming back with us. We have so many pictures. We have so many more stories. They are on their way in. They are bracing themselves, as I've told you. I told you yesterday about this, for the most dangerous task yet, which is re-entry after this 10-day mission. This capsule will plunge back through the atmosphere. They will be going 25,000 miles per hour. Think about that for a moment. When they come back, they will be going 25,000 miles per hour, and they will be in a capsule, the Orion capsule, that is 5,000 degrees because of the entry friction and heat that is forming around the vehicle. 25,000 miles per hour, 5,000 degrees. Bad news, good news. Bad news, it's incredibly dangerous. The heat shield is a problem area. They were worried about the heat shield on this anyways, and that is the most dangerous part, the reentry. The good news, if something happens, you ain't going to last but 1 millisecond. You will not. You're not going to feel it. If there's a way to go, it's probably the way to go. Like, it's probably better than any other method humans have made up to take each other out. You are just evaporating at 25,000 miles an hour and 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, we'll get to the update. Oh, we gotta. That'll be at the top of the hour, actually. The top of the hour, we'll have the update on this Bahamas murder mystery, the hookers in Hopetown. The story there. If you haven't heard it, I'll get you all caught up and I'll give you the case for and against this guy so far. But when we come back, we have to hit on this. Michael J. Fox is alive, everybody. CNN is trying to kill Michael J. Fox.
No.
He's coming out now and fighting back against CNN. I'll tell you what's happened if you missed this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Ooh, I got an update for you when we come back. Update incoming on the warehouse fire. The dark path that started us out. How you doing, everybody? Everybody's sending me this stupid clip of the Canadian woman with the LGBT thing, much longer than anybody's heard. MMOPQR, like the ridiculous saying of it. I'm not giving airtime to this nonsense. This idpol, identitarian politics, identity politics, however you'd like to phrase it, stuff. I don't want to give time to weirdos anymore, all right? The problems we have are because we gave time to weirdos. We let weirdos have the same size voice as the regular people. I'm a champion of the regular people. We're not doing that. Michael J. Fox is alive, just for the record. All right, just for the record, Michael J. Fox is alive, but CNN tried to kill him off, and I'll tell you what went down in a moment here. Still nasty outside, by the way. Don't overthink it. Just call everybody. That means the golf event will be postponed? Oh, when is the golf event? When is the Mini Masters? Is it this weekend? Nice, Kyle. Kyle with a quality peak. A quality peak over on TNJ chat. Now we got people just wandering into TNJ chat saying like, hey, how do you play blackjack over here? Brian Wilson is fine. Don't worry about Brian Wilson. But CNN killing off Michael J. Fox is too far. He's a beloved actor in an institution. He's a quality guy. And he's alive, damn it. Nicole says, difference between Boat Guy and Cliff Guy. Cliff Guy got stopped. Well, The Rock didn't work for the Cliff Guy in Hawaii. But the charges did stick. He was found guilty of trying to kill his wife with a rock in Hawaii yesterday. Rich dude. Back in 1 minute. Now they're gambling heads and tails in TNJ chat. Unbelievable. That CNN story was shaky AF. I want to say that you're better than that, but I'm questioning if you are in this moment. I want to say don't take that incredibly low-hanging fruit in a Michael J. Fox story. Don't take it. You're better than that. But I don't know. I don't know if it's true. We're coming back. CNN tried to kill Michael J. Fox. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. on the street, 1 o'clock. Thank you, Chris, for the sub. Appreciate that.
/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This
Mail coming in. We'll see what's going on with that in just a moment here. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top of the email. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom once more. And I'm here to tell you today, friend, that Michael J. Fox is not dead. He is alive and he is not dead.
Praise be.
And CNN tried to kill him off. I do not know why. I mean, I think what they did was they made one of these mistakes. We've talked on the show before about how at most big media outlets, they prepare for celebrities to die ahead of time. And they write their obits and they keep obits on file. This may sound weird to you. It may not. But right now at the New York Times, they 1,000% have an obituary ready for big characters like Trump. Like they 1,000% have a Trump obituary written and ready to go, right? And if people saw it, they'd be like, the New York Times is over there wishing that Trump died. Well, some of them probably are. In fact, a lot of them at the New York Times probably are. But
I mean,
the fact is,
they probably read it a lot out loud just to practice. But
every time I get down, I just go read the Trump obit.
But at the same time, they also definitely have a Biden obituary ready.
Yes, an Obama obituary. Everybody, all of the people that you can think of, everybody in Hollywood that's on death's door. Who's the one who's up next? To
die.
The old, he's a director now, and he's like 1 million years old. He was in a movie not that long ago where he partnered himself up with a woman that was way too young, but I think he's like 90 something.
Was it the one that did Megalopolis?
No. I don't believe so. Somebody will know this in chat who I'm talking about. He's an actor. Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood is who I'm talking about.
I thought he was dead.
No, he's still alive, isn't he? Double check, Celine. Yeah, Clint Eastwood's alive.
I'm pretty sure he's alive.
He is alive. Who am I thinking of? Who was the NRA guy? The big NRA guy?
I don't know.
Charlton Heston?
Charlton Heston's dead. Yeah, I believe he's
Was
dead.
he the big NRA guy?
He may have been. Clint Eastwood is director, actor extraordinaire, and gonna die very soon. I don't say that to take the light in this. I just say that to be honest. And trust me, the New York Times, the CNN, all these places, they have obituaries ready for these people.
Now, Charlton Heston, I always thought of because he had the big NRA thing, and his big slogan was "From my cold dead hands."
Yeah,
and so some of the headlines when he died were like, "You can finally have Charlton Heston's gun."
Monsters, but they were ready for that. They were ready. Well, Michael J. Fox, he's got some health issues, Parkinson's, and all the rest. But he's okay. He's still alive. And CNN made a bit of a mistake. Here's the Variety article on this. And Variety says, Michael J. Fox speaks out after CNN sparks death scare. How do you react when you turn on the TV and CNN is reporting your death, it says. Michael J. Fox says he's alive and well. The Back to the Future icon assured fans on Threads. So that's where he's posting? I want to see his post.
Do you think that you would wonder for a second if they were right? Like if this was some
I
weird,
saw it, yeah.
If it was you and they were reporting your death, would you think like, is this how purgatory works?
Courtney, can you see me?
Yeah, I would very quickly pinch a couple of people, see if I could get a reaction, make sure that I was still alive and with everybody. But Michael J. Fox responded. Here's his Threads post. He's posting over there. How do you react when you turn on the TV and CNN is reporting your death? Do you A, switch to MSNBC or whatever they're calling themselves these days? B, pour scalding hot water on your lap. If it hurts, you're fine. C, call your wife. Hopefully she's concerned but reassuring. D, relax. They do this once every year. Or E, ask yourself, WTF. I thought the world was ending, but apparently it's just me and I'm okay. Love, Mike, he says.
Man, 0 typos, too.
You think he posts those himself? You think Michael J. Fox is on Threads and he's doing this himself? Because that is fairly impressive, yeah. So he comes out and says, I'm not dead. After CNN sparked a death scare by releasing a video on its content platforms, the title of the video, just to go to what I was telling you, I mean, I'm telling you the truth here. The title of the video that CNN released was called Remembering the Life of Michael J. Fox. And you gotta be careful with this stuff. They put out Remembering the Life of Michael J. Fox.
That's uncomfortable.
That's not a good move.
I know he's got his issues, but he is only 64.
Yeah, and he just was at an event. I'll bring that to you in a second.
He just was on TV.
Was there another Michael, not so famous, that passed and they just accidentally clicked Michael J. Fox?
It could have been, or it could have just been they were moving things around and they accidentally put the wrong thing in there. And this stuff is all written out before. But Fox, his message, Michael J. Fox, not Fox News. Fox's message comes after CNN shared a video titled Remembering the Life of Actor Michael J. Fox on Wednesday. It was also posted on sites where the network's content is distributed, like Entertainment Weekly and others. CNN spokesperson said in a statement, the package was published in error. We have removed it from our platforms and send our apologies to Michael J. Fox and his family. The clip in question was interview excerpts as well as some of Fox's work through the years. It appears to have since been deleted. So they got rid of this. It happens a lot, man. It happens a lot. I've seen stories leak like this because people found images saved on the servers of some of these news outlets because they're that dumb. They are. I'll give you a stupid example, but it's still an example. Years and years and years ago, there was a story that broke that Jamie Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' sister, I believe.
Yeah.
Jamie Lynn Spears, there was a story that broke that she was pregnant. And at the time, nobody knew and it wasn't out there anywhere. But the magazine that was working on the story had an image on their server of the cover of this magazine. And it said Jamie Lynn Spears pregnant bombshell announcement or whatever. And somebody got on the magazine server and was just looking around. They found this and they broke the news before they were about to release all this information. Now, that is a big, giant who cares, miss me with that kind of news tidbit, but it's an example of what kind of happens at a lot of these places. Michael J. Fox is fine. Here he is on stage with Harrison Ford. He was at an event this past weekend, I think maybe even the day before at the Pally Center. There he is right there. Shaking hands with Harrison Ford.
It's cast is shrinking, I believe.
Yeah, the cast of Shrinking was having an event. Michael J. Fox showed up there to give some support. And he's all right. He's still posting on Threads, or somebody is for him at the very least. Who knows? But not the first time, though. Get it wrong over at CNN, and certainly not the last time. But do give us your thoughts on this. Maybe other instances you've seen of this kind of stuff happening. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or email the show. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick update. Started the story. I don't know why you all did it. And I say you all, Chat picked this, Sabrina picked this, C-Lane picked this. They all picked dark instead of light at the beginning of the show. We'll never know what the opening light clip was. It was a nice, lighthearted thing that we'll never get to hear because they chose the dark clip to start the show. The dark clip was on this guy's social media channels, and he was upset about his pay, so he burned an entire warehouse down. Here's the update I have for you. Footage shows the aftermath of the Ontario, California fire that wiped out a 1.2 million square foot tissue paper warehouse.
1.2 million square feet.
That's big. So much.
29-year-old Chamel Abdul Karim was allegedly upset about his pay, so he decided to burn the whole warehouse down.
Not enough to live.
Oh, God. The warehouse served the toilet paper needs of about 50 million people. Are we going to have a toilet paper shortage?
Oh, no.
As a result of this?
That said tissue paper, but I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, 50 million people. If this is one of the big factories, there's new footage, and I'll put this up along with the other footage, too, that I didn't post earlier. All right. The flyover goes over the warehouse where this guy lit the toilet paper warehouse on fire, and you can see the extent to which there is nothing.
Did they not have sprinklers? No sort of.
It wasn't enough.
Everything?
No, look at it. There's nothing.
Wow.
It's walls, folks. The walls remain. That is it. Absolutely nothing left. It burned from front to back. Crazy.
I'm sorry, but I think one would hope that a factory that holds the paper needs of 50 million people would have a better fire suppression system. I'm not blaming them on this because, the guy, he committed the arson because they didn't pay him to live.
Yeah.
But,
pay me to live.
If they were saving money on employees, they should have bought themselves a real decent fire suppression system. Because it would have been hilarious if he made that video and it's like, pay me to live, and he zippos up a damn pallet of toilet paper, and all of a sudden it's just like, problem solved.
Could have avoided
Puts
a
it
lot.
all out.
I'm curious what his charges are going to be, considering how much money is lost now.
It's
and
so
the square
crazy.
footage.
I'm putting them both up on See It Now, all right? I've got both of these, the before and the after. I'll put them both up on See It Now during this break. When we come back, we'll give you the update on the hookers in Hopetown. The Hooker family, husband and wife, they were on an 8-foot boat. He says she went overboard. The family says she may have been murdered. New details, and I'll give you the case for and against this guy. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
Traffic lights are acting a little bit funny where Orange Blossom Trail meets Orlando Central Parkway. Use that intersection as a four-way stop. There's a crash off to the shoulder on the beach line. Westbound near that Orange Blossom Trail exit getting cleared up. Look out for emergency crews there. You won't be running into any surprises on I-4. Just typical delays still slowing you down. See traffic troubles.
Well, behind the scenes, stand by. Stand by. Stand by. Putting those factory burn videos up on See It Now. Put it up to before and after. For non-subs, it's up for 24 hours. Go take a look. For everybody else, it's up forever. Just another great benefit of being a Secret Shows subscriber. See if we can get some Secret Shows gifted subs today. Hit that gift icon. Hit that gift icon over on thenewsjunkie.com. People asking if there were people in the building. I don't believe so. Cat Butthole says, I missed the whole first hour. Cat Butthole, you missed some good stuff. You can't miss even an hour. I pack more in this show in 1 hour than everybody else packs in 4 hours. Truth. And you know it. YouTube, Twitch, TNJ Chat, which is available at chat.thenewsjunkie.com. Hello, and how are you? Back in 90 seconds. Still got to get to that Kanye email. Soul Snatcher said, I heard there was 20 people in the building. I haven't seen anything about people in the building. I'm assuming there were people existing in the building. I haven't seen anything about anybody injured or wounded or injured while putting out the fire. One minute. All right. When we come back, it's time. I'm going to lay out the case for the husband being innocent. Maybe he didn't do this murder mystery in the Bahamas, and the case against Mr. Hooker in Hope Town. To see what we know so far. Like, what is the full picture of this Bahamas murder mystery? What do we think is the likely outcome? What do we think is happening? What do we think is the reason all this occurred? Who is responsible? That is all coming up next. In fact, I'll do one better. That's coming up right now.
That you'll be cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to the website wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
And boy, do I have an update for you. My, oh my. This is an interesting one. It's getting a lot of people's attention, and there's a lot of reasons why. Hookers in Hope Town. That's what I'm calling it around here. Hookers in Hope Town. And it's the Hooker family, this guy and his wife, who were sailing around on this big sailboat that they had. And they were living the life, baby, island life. They made their way to the Bahamas, a little place called Hope Town, where, strangely enough, everybody on this show has been multiple times.
Beautiful place.
It's not a super popular place in the Bahamas. It's not like Nassau or some of these other spots, but it is a beautiful place, and we have all been to the spot where this has allegedly occurred, or definitely occurred, in the Bahamas.
Something occurred.
Something happened. C-Lane's right. What was it? That's what we got to figure out. Here's the nuts and bolts of this story. You have a guy named Brian Hooker, okay? And Brian Hooker went out with his wife, and she was with him on this sailboat trip to the Bahamas. They were in this area, Lynette Hooker and Brian Hooker, to enjoy some things, and apparently they were having some drinks now and again. Now, Lynette Hooker's daughter says that her mom's husband would drink and sometimes get a little aggressive, violent, maybe even threaten to throw his wife, Lynette Hooker, overboard from time to time.
Mm-hmm. So specific.
Not a good look afterwards, right, with everything that we know now in mind. Not a great look. And there's a lot of news coming in on this story. The rest of the basics that you need to know are that I think it was around 8 o'clock or so at night. It was sometime in the middle of the night. They got on what's being called a dinghy, and we can't tell you enough how small this boat is. We saw them in the boat. The boat is about 8 feet long, if that. It's like a bathtub, a glorified bathtub with a little outboard motor on it that's designed to get them to their yacht or sailboat, I would probably say. Some of the stories say yacht. And he says on the way, the weather was really bad. And when the weather was really bad, it rocked his wife off of the boat. When it rocked his wife off of the boat, it ended up kicking her off with the keys, because she had the keys to the boat with her, like on the little floaty thing. So the boat turned off. His wife popped off into the water, and he said he hasn't seen her since. He had to row back to shore because he didn't have the keys anymore. He said he lost his wife in the weather, and he's hoping she went to a little island somewhere.
I know it for sure. Just a little island in the middle of the ocean during bad weather.
Yeah, and this is not very likely, just so you know. Not very likely. But the headlines are getting more interesting as we go. Here's what we see from today from CNN. Husband arrested during search for missing American woman in the Bahamas. Now, I'm going to give you the case for and against this guy, Brian Hooker. Did he kill his wife or what? I'll give you the case for and against him in just a second. But police in the Bahamas, according to CNN, have arrested the husband of a missing American woman. She went missing on Saturday, and obviously enough time has passed that nobody thinks she's going to be coming back alive at this point. And investigators were told by her husband that she fell overboard in rough waters. Royal Bahamas police said Wednesday an American man had been taken into custody in connection with the case and was being questioned. The statement from the agency didn't identify him, but you know who they're talking about here. Attorney Terrell Butler confirmed Brian Hooker was the man who had been arrested, and they said he categorically and unequivocally denies any wrongdoing. He is flat out saying, I didn't do it.
Anybody ever equivocally deny?
Maybe. Like I
don't even know. All of the denying that we hear each day from every person who's ever said it wasn't me, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Is usually defined as unequivocally. Yeah. I don't even know what equivocally denying something sounds like.
Kinda not. It says categorically and unequivocally he denies any wrongdoing. It put simply, he's saying it wasn't him. He didn't kill his wife. He didn't throw her overboard. They continue. He's been cooperating with the relevant authorities as part of an ongoing investigation. He was taken into custody about 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday for additional questioning based on some probable cause we have, according to the Assistant Commissioner of the Bahamian Police. The announcement came just hours after the U.S. Coast Guard said the U.S. Coast Guard had opened a criminal investigation into the disappearance of his wife, Lynette Hookers. The Hookers in Hopetown, grabbing a lot of attention, not just in the Bahamas, but in far beyond that, around the world, as people are looking at these headlines now. They are both U.S. nationals from Michigan. Her daughter is speaking out in the wake of her disappearance, no pun intended. And her daughter is saying that she fought a lot with this Brian Hooker guy. I don't think the Brian Hooker guy is the father of this daughter. The ages don't add up and stuff. They've been married over 20 years, though, the two of them. And Brian told local authorities they've been returning from land on a small dinghy when Lynette fell off the boat amid turbulent seas, according to the previous statement from the Royal Bahamas Police Force. After local authorities and the Coast Guard scoured the bay, the effort moved to a recovery operation, and now they're probing a little bit deeper here. So what is going on? All right, so those are the things we know basically about this story. But what was the case against this guy? Because when I ask people about this story, they tend to think that the guy is just flat out guilty. So let's talk about the case against this guy real quick. The case against Hooker, Brian Hooker, 58 years old. The case against him is that the woman's daughter said that they fought all the time. The woman's daughter said he was a drinker and he got angry when he was drinking. And we know from experience on this show that you can do some drinking in Hopetown in the Bahamas. It's kind of one of the things they do there. They got a couple of little resorts. You drink at the resorts. You have some food. The service is slow. It's a beautiful place. And round we go.
More drinks.
So they were probably having some drinks and enjoying themselves is the guess here. And then they decide that they're going to leave and go back to their boat. They said it was a couple of miles or something, Sealand, I think. Didn't they say it was like 1.8 miles or something like that?
I don't know what they said. All I know is what I said yesterday was that in the area where they supposedly were, if they were headed to an anchored sailboat or yacht, compared to where he said he washed up and like ended up reporting his wife missing.
Yeah,
that was like 5 miles in a straight line.
Right.
And that's Marsh Harbor. That's right where the airport is, and so and he got there at 4 a.m. So he might have been in that dinghy for a long ass time, or cleaning up her body for a long time.
And in her case, she did not have a life jacket on in this tiny little boat, and he said he threw a preserver at her, but he lost her, and
that's how she fell. He went.
He walloped her into the water, is what a lot of people think happened here. So this is sort of the case against him. They don't drink well together. She had posted on social media something to the effect of, here's the meme that she posted a little bit before this. The final video shared on her YouTube channel just days before she vanished said, in a meme, it was two people next to each other with, oh my God, I have to bring this up so you can see that this is real. Hang on. For those of you watching over on YouTube, so missing U.S. mom.
And this was her last post?
That's what they say. The New York Post says this was the last thing that she posted on her YouTube channel. And is this just an image or the video? I think this is an image. Perfect. Okay. Here is the last thing that she posted on her YouTube channel. And it says, don't you two ever get sick of each other? And it said, me and my husband. And it's a man drinking a beer, and he's about to push a person into the pool. And I mean, this can go in the pile of the case against this guy. Like his wife, just before she died, posted a meme that says, me and my husband, and the husband in the video is drinking, or in the screenshot that I'm looking at, is drinking and pushes her into the pool.
Something's fishy here. She posted that too, and then his stuff, I don't know.
And then she ends up going overboard in this 8-foot boat. So to make of that what you will.
What if she's still alive and it's a whole life insurance thing?
Could be. We don't know. We literally don't know. This is just speculation. The case against him is basically that. There's a lot of circumstantial stuff. The daughter seems to think that he did it. She posted a meme about him pushing her into a pool, and then she gets dropped into the ocean off the Bahamas and disappears. Lots of things here. We don't know about
that
insurance.
Is a video.
Or anything yet. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go back to the page you were on, there should be a link to it. The page, the New York Post had a link to it.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I just got rid of that. I can bring it back up though. So it did. I'm imagining it just shows them pushing somebody into the pool.
No, it's like one of them's dancing or something. I don't know. I don't know if that up.
Okay, I'm up.
It says short clip on the YouTube channel.
Right here. Got it. Okay, here's the actual clip. Okay. So he's drinking, and he's next to her, and she's dancing. And does he not push her in the pool?
No.
So they're just dancing.
I don't even think
dancing on the edge of the pool.
That's a microphone. That's not a beer.
Oh, okay. I thought this was a beer in his hand. Okay, I stand corrected. This may be a microphone in his hand. It's very hard to tell, but let's say the person's singing into this and it's a microphone.
Boomer post.
And the other person is dancing on the very edge of the pool, and they're close together. And it sort of gives the idea that something has gone wrong here, maybe, or that they're like partying together by the pool. You could read into these things however you want, really. But there's no pushing them in the pool. I'll roll that back. It's just right on the edge of the pool is one person, and the other person is like partying around next to him.
And she captioned it, dance party with sunglasses emoji, #Bahamas.
#Bahamas, right? And prior to this, even though they posted all their stuff on social media and they had some social media accounts, there wasn't nobody watching this. There was nobody paying attention to this.
Honestly,
nobody knew about the hookers in Hopetown before the story broke.
As crazy as this story has gotten and has as widespread, with people talking about it, this thing only has 15 comments.
Yeah, even now, because it's still just kind of percolating a little bit out there.
This is either extremely tragic or extremely telling now that the wife is missing. Some thoughts and prayers.
So people are still taking it that way, but let me be as fair as I can about the final post from her on the YouTube channel. It features two people next to each other. One is on the edge of the pool. The other one is near them. The person who is the guy, and the other person has a bag on their head, but the guy looks to be kind of singing into a microphone while the other person's on the edge of the pool. They don't actually push the person in, but you can read from this what you want, right? And that's what people are kind of doing here.
Somebody said, and I don't necessarily disagree, this whole sailing hookers thing, which is the name of their YouTube channel, is giving me strong Gabby Petito van life vibes.
Yeah, I agree. I can see that too. Yeah, I can absolutely see that.
Especially his post afterwards was just so obvious and weird.
His post, that's another thing I would put in the category against him, okay? Ted says, reading way too much into that. Yeah, I mean, there's a tendency to do that. We only have so much that we're looking at here. So I'm just trying to throw it all into the pile.
Yeah, Ted, come on.
And you can weight this stuff differently. I wouldn't weight that very heavily, obviously. It's not actual evidence. But it's something, right? And the daughter says that things were not very good between this couple. The daughter says that when he drank, there were problems. The daughter says that he joked around and maybe even threatened to throw her overboard at different periods of time. And put that into the pile of all the things we just heard for the case against this guy, Brian Hooker, 58 years old, and say maybe that shows that he killed Lynette Hooker, his 55-year-old wife. Or the case that she just fell off and that his story is true, and the case in support of him. The one thing that I'll say is there's a lot of happenstance here. I mean, he would have really have been taken advantage of the opportunity if he wanted to push her off into the water, because it was actually a very rocky day on the sea.
Oh, I thought you were going to go darker.
It was actually.
I thought you were going to say it was a really great opportunity.
It was, yeah. I mean, I'll say that. If you wanted to push somebody off a boat, it was the perfect moment for it. The waves were big, the winds were big, the storms were big, and they were in an 8-foot boat. And that is something. But could it have been just happenstance? That it really was bad weather, and he decides this is the moment where it's going to look most believable. All right, and he shoves her off into the water, and then she wasn't able to swim her way back to shore.
As an experienced boater and a sailboat, nonetheless, I was like, a decision like that makes no sense to me. To go out in bad weather on a dinghy with no communication, if something did happen, no radio, just had to drift back. It seems just so obvious to me that we're either missing a big part or he really is this dumb to think he can get away with murdering his wife.
I can look at that two ways, because I can go, would it be the case that if somebody was really skilled at boating, that they would maybe be more likely to not do things like wear a life vest and to like maybe go out in a bigger storm? And would the experience level make you more comfortable in doing something like this? I agree. From my angle, I go, I wouldn't go on the boat in a storm. I would definitely have my life vest on. But if you're an experienced boater, would you be less likely to do that? Because
Maybe.
You've done it like a million times?
They seem like a lot of times it depends on what boat you're on, whether it's like cool to not have a life vest on. I think the way the weather should have been, you would think they would want them on. But there's other pictures of the two of them from Lynette Hooker's Facebook page where they're clearly on a boat and neither of them have a life vest on. And I can't tell if it looks close enough to the water like it could be the dinghy, but I can't tell.
Also, in the case in support of his story, in support of the husband's story, is he says she was driving, and we did see a photograph of her driving the boat, the dinghy. We saw her in the dinghy with the motor, and it looked like she was in control and she was driving, even though some of the original stories were that, hey, actually, she never drove. He drove. Why would she be driving the boat? Why would she have the keys that would pull out when she fell overboard? So she did, at least in the photograph that we saw, appear to be steering the boat and driving the boat in that moment.
Hell, maybe she wants to wear the cutoff thing, because when they fight, they get a little angry at each other, get a little drunk rage, and he's threatened to throw her overboard. Maybe she's like, I'm wearing the thing, so you're screwed if I fall off this boat.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't. I'm only throwing the information.
I'm just making stuff up now.
Yeah, you are.
We're doing it. We're doing a little speculating. But that's what you do when you have a case at the early stages like this. Hey, guess what? You know what we can look into right now? We can look into the details that the Bahamian police seem to think this guy knows more than he's saying, don't they?
Oh,
if they're bringing him in and they're questioning him and they're talking about charges and they're saying we believe he knows more than he's saying. It's not just us speculating about this. There's also at least the same kind of vibes coming from the police and the feds who said they're opening up a criminal investigation into this too. So that's a little bit more. That's a little bit more that we're seeing there. All right, quick break. We'll take your calls on this. I have another update on the hookers in Hopetown story. We'll put it further onto the show after Fritz on the Street. When we come back, I got the Kanye email to get to. Also, one of the other stories that I wanted to hit on here was that stabbing in Charlotte, the woman who was on the subway, the 23-year-old woman who was stabbed by the crazy hobo dude. There's an update on that story that has people melting down. I'll give you the truth about it. I'll tell you what's really going on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie. Hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How are we doing, everybody? So to quickly reiterate, case against, all right? Case against the hooker guy. He apparently, according to the daughter, was quite a drinker and was not a friendly drinker and had maybe made comments about throwing his wife overboard previously. And afterwards, the law enforcement seems to think that maybe he had something to do with this, and they're questioning a bit more. Some other questions about should they have been driving the boat in the night and all of that stuff, all popping up there. That's sort of the case against. The case for, he had been married to this woman for a couple of decades. And this is a case in support of him. He'd been married to this woman for a couple of decades, and all of a sudden now he wants to kill her. It was actually a stormy, windy day. It was actually really bad out there. That part of his story does line up. She was, at least at one point in time, driving the boat and maybe would have had the keys on, which if she did go overboard, could have turned the motor off, and all that's plausible. Those things make his story look a little more likely. And unless he knew all of that ahead of time and was waiting for the perfect moment to do exactly this. What do we think? I don't really like driving my car in the rain, let alone an 8-foot boat in the ocean, says Pierogi. True. Even if she had a life jacket, he still could have left her out in the middle of nowhere. Lots of variables to consider. Yes, but if she had a life jacket, the chances of her staying alive for much longer greatly increase, right? Like, no life jacket, middle of the ocean in the Bahamas. How long are you going to last? Couple of hours tops? Maybe if you're an amazing swimmer or in amazing shape and you can float really well, 12 hours, 14 hours before you start getting so exhausted that you end up drowning. And you're freaking out at first, and there's a storm going on to boot, right? Like, but with a life jacket on, you probably would be okay for a much longer period of time. However, I have a curveball for you. Are you ready for the curveball, chat? Are you ready for the curveball? Bootsy says, I think it was an accident. Really? She's on the accident side of things now. Rachel says, only an Olympic swimmer stands a chance. True. Austin saying, I was an accident. Are you ready for the curveball? What's the water temp in the Bahamas this time of year? Not that bad. Are you ready for the curveball? Laheva Rasta says it was an alcohol-fueled argument that escalated and he lost his temper. Give us that Nolan Ryan curveball. I have a curveball for you. When we were in Hopetown in the Bahamas one time. As often is the case in Hopetown and in various other places in the Bahamas, the power went out. Power goes out all the time. They are on backup power almost constantly. Power goes out a lot. In fact, their entire lives are kind of adapted to power going out intermittently. Seems strange to us, but not as much to them. And we were there, and about 24 or 48 hours had gone by, and the power hadn't gone back on in Hopetown. And so I started asking him, like, hey, the power has gone off before when I've been here, but usually within an hour or two, the power gets kicked back on, and we act like nothing was amiss the whole time. You might have to wait to pay your tab at the bar you're at or something, or they'll just charge you like everything else does. When you leave, they charge you for everything that you owed, right? But I said, why haven't they fixed the power? What's going on? Why has it gone 2 days since they've fixed the power? And they said, well, this time the power issue was an underwater cable, and they couldn't repair the underwater cable because it was surrounded by sharks. So in this area, they have frequent shark sightings. They are familiar with sharks constantly being a presence around there. And you can't bob around forever if a shark sees you and starts to think you're lunch. Worth considering. We were in the Bahamas in February. The water was still pretty chilly, maybe slightly warmer at this point. Yeah, I'm sure it's warmer now. I'm sure it's spring. It's a little bit warmer at this point. Although it was during a storm, so you know. But consider the sharks. All right, here we go.
What you're looking for in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. April is prime sports time.
Launches a 3. Got it.
And iHeartRadio has you locked in. Start your day with Fox Sports Radio's Dan Patrick, getting you caught up on the biggest stories.
You got some interesting scenarios here.
Then find your favorite baseball team hitting the diamond.
Grand slam from Mookie Betts.
Or dive into mock draft season with NFL Daily.
We know Mendoza's going number 1. Who do you have at number 2?
From NBA and NHL playoffs to the draft podium, we've got you covered. Open the iHeartRadio app, search sports, and listen now.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
Hope so.
Calm
Welcome
down.
to the world's most viral newsroom.
Calm down.
You can join us on the show with your dispatches and emails to tips, at thenewsjunkie.com. A couple of things to get into here. We'll have to leave that one for off air, at least for the moment, but a couple of things to get into here on the show. One is I see people freaking out, by the way, about this guy, DeCarlos Brown Jr., and he's the lunatic, this like crazed hobo who killed that Ukrainian refugee, Erna Zarutska, when they were on the train or like the subway. And he went up behind her and started stabbing her and killed her. It was brutal, just absolutely brutal. And for like 5 seconds, people said, hold on. It's almost like we have a problem with violent recidivist inmates that we just keep releasing back into the public. We're right there on the verge of a great breakthrough to determine that maybe we need to do something about this, to determine that maybe like we shouldn't just let random, angry, crazy people roam around until they stab people in the throat. We were so close to a great American breakthrough, but alas, here we are. And the story that is getting highlighted by many people, I want to clarify a little bit because it says DeCarlos Brown Jr., that's the guy in question who killed this woman, has been found incompetent to proceed in the Charlotte, North Carolina light rail killing. So they have found him incompetent or incapable to proceed with the court case. And I think the idea that a lot of people have is like, oh, they're just going to release him again. So this time he stabs this poor woman and she bleeds out on the train in front of everybody, God in the world, because it was caught on camera and everybody saw this thing until we kind of have to forget about it. Go on to the next thing. Forget it. Don't worry about that lady. Don't worry about that lady. It's not a problem anymore. But people want you to think DeCarlos Brown is going to get right back out there, right back on the street over and over and over again, even after he stabbed the woman in the throat and killed her. DeCarlos Brown Jr., according to the Charlotte Observer, has been found incapable to proceed on the state murder charge brought against him in the killing of Ukrainian refugee Irina Zarutska, according to court filings. Brown, a 35-year-old homeless man who previously told police he was diagnosed with schizophrenia, faces both state and federal murder charges in the August light rail stabbing of the 23-year-old. The results of his capacity evaluation were revealed in a motion his state public defender filed in court on Tuesday of this week. In the motion, attorney Daniel Roberts asked a judge to delay his Rule 24 hearing, in which prosecutors would say whether they plan to seek the death penalty in this case. Now, let me stop here for a couple of things. One, people are going, well, now he's not going to get the death penalty, and this guy's a murderer. Well, he's not going to get the death penalty anyway. Nobody has been, as far as I know, executed in the state of North Carolina for a couple of decades now. Under state law, they haven't killed anybody, the state of North Carolina. They've blocked executions for the last 20 years. So if you're out there saying this guy needs a death penalty, odds are he wasn't getting the death penalty to begin with because North Carolina doesn't kill people. All right, so that part you can put to the side. The Rule 24 hearing scheduled for April 30th was previously delayed in order to give time for a capacity evaluation. Under state law in North Carolina, a defendant is capable to proceed if they can understand the nature of their charges, comprehend their role in court proceedings, and help their defense in a rational and reasonable manner. Obviously, this guy, as you can see from the video where he kills a woman, is crazy. Therein lies the problem. He's crazy. The problem is that this type of person is roaming around and they just keep releasing them over and over and over, and they're crazy, right? But they're right in court. Like, how is he going to defend himself? He doesn't know what's going on. He's not rational. He's not reasonable. He's crazy. The part that people are getting, I think, a little bit confused about is he's not going to be released. He will remain in federal custody. There is a federal murder charge pending against him. This is only about the state charge. And this hearing is only paused for 6 months. He's not going to be released. I don't know that he'll ever be released. He's probably going to be kept in some sort of institution for the rest of his life, which should have happened before this, to be clear. It should have happened before all of this happened. But I just wanted to tell you because you're going to see a lot of people kind of overplaying, I think, what's happening here. They'll go, look, again, they're releasing this guy. He killed this woman, and back on the streets he goes. Well, he's still held up on the federal charges. And even if he wasn't, he would still face something for the state charges. People like this guy need to be medicated forcefully for the rest of their life. They need to be put into, you can call them whatever you want. You can call them asylums. You can call them Helperville. You can call them, happy homes. You can call them whatever you want. But they need to be kept in places where they're away from other people so that they don't harm them, like this poor woman whose life was taken away from her. But we can't pretend that he's competent enough to be in a trial. He's obviously crazy. He's crazy, okay? So let me know what you think about that if you've seen that story out there. Flats Fisherman said, why do we get rid of asylums again? Oh, it's complicated. It's part of what they call the deinstitutionalization of America. There was some Supreme Court cases that say you can't forcefully imprison people under the Constitution before they commit crimes. It's like a pre-crime. So you would need Congress to come together and say when somebody is mentally ill and a panel of medical professionals deem them to be mentally ill people who pose a danger to other people, that they then can hold them even indefinitely so that the other people are safe. But Congress won't get off their ass and do anything like that. But yeah, it's called deinstitutionalization. And the asylums, there were some terrible ones. There were some terrible asylums, and there's some very bad photo essays about how bad the conditions were in these places. And just like lobotomies, something that worked for some people gets wiped away by the fact that it didn't work for a bunch of others. And yeah, that's where that goes. But we need to find a way to fix something like this. I don't believe DeCarlos Brown is headed for the streets, however. So there he goes. That's the update on that. Lots of emails coming in. Let me get to one really quickly. And this is Brad. Hollywood Brad emails the show about Kanye. I mentioned this earlier. He says, so I've been working on a lot of shows lately when they come through Los Angeles, but I didn't work on the Kanye show, thankfully. Brad says, a lot of my friends worked those shows, and I heard horror stories of constant last-minute changes. That surprises me zero.
Oh, my gosh, are you kidding?
Ain't no way.
I'm like, actually, we're going to do the beginning like this instead. He's always kind of making changes.
But
like
I want to know, like, what's the most Kanye last-minute change you could make? Like, he stood on a giant globe.
Yeah.
Was it a pyramid an hour ago?
I want 2 globes now. Kanye yelling at people over
and
things.
a whole army of didgeridoos.
It says Kanye yelling at people over things that were his fault, not allowing anyone there to look at him. If he was driven through the tunnel of the car,
what? You couldn't look him in the eyes?
Everyone was instructed to turn and face away from the car, Brad says. He says, personally, the Nazi stuff was enough for me and I don't want to work with him. But after hearing how he made the shows where he treated people this way, maybe glad I turned the job down. The one bonus for those that did was that he made so many last-minute changes that everybody was working 18-hour days for over a week, and they made tons of overtime.
Nice.
Worth it? I'm not sure. Keep up the work, Brad. Yeah, I mean, fair points. I still think it was a phenomenal show. The stage was phenomenal. The performance was phenomenal. And it came off pretty well. And not without hiccups. There were some issues. But I can believe what you're saying 100%, that there was like pain-in-the-ass moments all over the place. When we come back, we will do the next episode. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Halloween in April? Fans of one legendary horror flick seem to think so, and now they're trying to set a world record. A new artist has over 10 songs on the top 100, including 2 in the top 10, and they are not guaranteed human. Plus, the ketamine queen trades in her throne for an orange jumpsuit. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is...
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. More hookers and Hopetown updates coming up. So one of the wildest stories of the day, you guys. Can I tell you? I gotta tell you this. Is anybody eating? Is anybody eating right now? Ho 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 ho. Okay. The patient, a 58-year-old woman in Greece. Let's picture her. 58-year-old Grecian woman. Picture her, take this in. 58-year-old woman in Greece. The symptoms. The patient, who worked outdoors on a Greek island, started to develop some pain around the center of her face. The pain got worse by the day. As the time went on, her face, her nose, began to hurt more and more. And she didn't know where this pain was coming from. So, the 58-year-old woman soldiered on in Greece. And about 2 to 3 weeks later, after the pain began, she also got a hacking call. That was an example of a cough if you've never heard one before. Shortly after that is when things really take a turn in this story. This 58-year-old woman from Greece finally decided to go to the hospital. It wasn't enough that her center of her face was hurting. Wasn't enough that it got progressively worse. It wasn't enough that she got that cough that happened. The moment that made her finally go to the hospital was when she started sneezing. And every time she sneezed, worms came out of her nose. This is a true story. Every time she sneezed, worms came out of her nose. A report of the case doesn't describe how the patient was examined, but it notes that an ear, nose, and throat specialist surgically removed the wriggling creatures from her sinuses. The large sinuses on both sides of the nose is where they were. The critters included 10 larvae and 1 pupa. So they were growing up inside of her nose. Experts closely examined 2 of the larvae and part of a puparium. They were about 0.6 to 1 inches long, and it was a sheep botfly that had laid eggs in this woman's nose. Ah! What do we do with that bonus story, friends? Just a story of a 58-year-old woman in Greece with a little bit of a nose issue. Here comes the next episode, followed by Fritz on the Street, the greatest game in all of radio. Stand by.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This is
So good to see you. So good to be with you. Rolling on here on the show. Working through the next 2 weeks, and then we'll see what happens with the contract. But, you know, we're just keeping it cool in the moment here. Trying to keep it cool in the moment. We'll give you updates on that if that is needed. But I think right now I'm just in cruise control until we get to this 70-day mark or so, and we'll see what happens with iHeart after that. We have Fritz on the Street on the way. Get ready for the greatest game in all of radio. We play, you play, everybody plays, except for the host, who will be Fritz. And we'll see how this goes down momentarily. But before we get into that, let's get into this. Let's do the next episode.
because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
They think I touched those Shamon. Hee.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and the Home Loans Radio Show. Tune in every single weekend. Get your questions answered live on the air. See that Don has got your back, and he's ready to give you some peace of mind, especially when you go to his website, thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
14 years ago, 2012, this right here, this Broadway show, surpassed, the Phantom of the Opera as the highest grossing Broadway show of all time. 14 years ago. 14. Any guesses before I play a theme song, and you'll immediately know what it is?
It's Lion King.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. I was just thinking in my head, what's the most successful stage show I can think of currently, and that's the only one I could think of.
At number one.
First thing that came to mind was Spider-Man, but didn't that fail miserably after a while?
I don't remember Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was a disaster. People kept getting hurt because they had a person playing Spider-Man like winging across the stage and stuff.
And the person, at least that first round, listens to the show.
Oh, yeah?
What's up, Justin? How are you?
Hey,
I don't know if he still does. At number one, The Lion King has made $2.2 billion since it opened in 1997. And number two, Wicked, $1.8 billion since 2003. And The Phantom of the Opera, $1.4 billion since it opened in 1988. And now someone who could not see any Broadway shows because he died of a drug overdose. We now have an update on the Matthew Perry case. And the woman who sold Matt Perry the drugs that killed him was sentenced yesterday. Did you see this?
Yeah,
Yes.
I almost said cocaine queen. Ketamine
queen.
She's younger, this ketamine queen lady. Didn't look like she was very old to me.
No, but she established some sort of ketamine royalty because that's what they called her, the ketamine queen. She operated a drug trafficking business right there out of her L.A. home for years, catering to a lot of high-profile Hollywood clientele, and is now going to be catering to no one because she's in prison for the next 15 years.
You could still be a ketamine queen in prison.
Okay, this is very true.
All I do on this story is sing the Caribbean Queen song.
Ketamine queen.
Here she is. She looks so young to be this drug like kingpin type person or queenpin, ketamine queen.
She was facing 65 and got 15. So
wow,
still going to see the light of day. She started supplying Matthew in 2023. When he died that year, she tried to destroy the evidence of their relationship. Obviously, was not successful in that. And now, one of the 5 people to plead guilty to charges related to Matthew Perry's death.
I'm okay with it.
And I don't know how this got involved. It was not on the bingo card to have Trick Daddy and sorority beefing, but here we are.
I'm gonna say my unpopular opinion right now.
Yeah. That was Trick Daddy, one of my favorite clips of him. Anyone who's familiar with Trick Daddy is aware he's not maybe the best option to perform for a family-friendly event.
Whoa, I thought he loved the kids.
He does.
No, Trick loved the kids, but Trick's music might not be loved by the kids' parents.
Got it.
Either way, Kappa Alpha Kappa had hired him for a family-friendly event. And turns out there was some backlash. Surprise! So he initially made a name of himself with a song with 2 Live Crew. And now here we are in 2026. Thousands of people associated with Alpha Kappa Alpha, the historically black sorority that's part of the Divine Nine, descended upon Orlando for the 73rd South Atlantic Regional Conference, right? And the festivities included a step and stroll competition, capped off by a performance by Trick Daddy. However, that was cut short after organizers yanked him off the stage due to the risque lyrics and explicit language attendees were treated to once he turned on the microphone. And to that I say, did you know who Trick Daddy is? Are you aware of his music when you hired him? He's been doing this for a long time.
Did they ask him to play clean versions of his music?
No, there's a chapter's regional director issued a statement apologizing for his behavior, asserting Trick Daddy had ignored their requests for the attire and the language, the specific songs.
Well, they wanted him to saunter in a suit and do like some standards
Kumbaya.
or something. He's Trick Daddy. Google him, kids. What are you doing?
His performance was not acceptable, according to the regional director
They're
of
like,
the sorority.
this wouldn't have happened if it was Pooh Shiesty.
No,
he would have. It
but
would have
he's
been a
in jail.
professional performance. Did you know? Somebody told me last night. I didn't know this was true. Somebody told me that Pooh Shiesty guy that just got arrested. He had only been out of prison after spending 5 years in prison. He had only been out of prison 5 days before this happened, and he got arrested again. And I go, "Are you kidding me?"
And one of his songs is like "Back at It" or "Out of Jail" or something.
This guy
along
doesn't
those
like
lines.
being free, for God's sake.
No, Trick Daddy was not pleased with the statement that was made by the director of Alpha Kappa Alpha and had his own words. But I can't share that because I know that he has bad language and we are on live radio. And that's why we probably wouldn't have him on to perform his songs. Yes or no? Here we go. Maybe we can just get a new artist that doesn't exist. I present to you Eddie Dalton has 11 songs on the iTunes Top 100, including 2 in the Top 10, has the number 3 album of his songs, Another Day Old, 1.4 million views on YouTube, and of course, he's AI. Eddie Dalton is the creation of Dallas Little, and everything from the music to his look, all AI generated.
Is it good?
I didn't give it a listen, if you'd like to, but the artist behind it was like, people know he's not real. They enjoy the music for what it is, so back off. Don't accuse Little of deceiving people or ripping him off. He doesn't appreciate how my work has been characterized as AI. But your work is AI.
Yeah, it definitely is AI. All right, let me find his best example here. All right, this is
Eddie Dalton.
1.6 million views. This is a guy who's AI, top of the charts. Let me fast forward.
Like it's meant to do.
We played this person, but what?
Time don't wait,
AI.
just carries you.
Okay, he sounds like that Teddy Swims guy or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but Teddy's real. I know that for sure.
Yeah, this guy's fake. Mm-hmm.
But congratulations, Robot. You did it. And congratulations to this guy right here. His last name is not Washington, but boy, does he share the same first name.
George?
No. Rhymes with Wenzel. Denzel Curry. And Denzel Curry is now reacting to being the first rapper to be played in space.
This guy said George. What a loser.
She said his last name is not Washington.
I know, and I realized. Yeah.
So I was supposed to think from that it was Denzel was the first name, and then
I'm not coming at you for it. I mean, I give a really bad clue. But very exciting. Denzel Curry in that song.
This coming from the guy who didn't say anything, by the way, just for the record.
A minus 1 point C-Lane. And giving it to Sean in the lead now. Denzel Curry reacts to being the first rapper to be played in space, and I quote, to infinity and beyond, mother, beep, boop, which is very exciting. It's part of the Wake Up song list that the Artemis 2 listened to. Sleepyhead, Young and Sick, Green Light, John Legend, In a Daydream, Freddie Jones Band, Pink Pony Club, all 15 seconds that they heard, as we heard earlier this week.
Not
and part of the...
Sorry, Mr. Control, we were waiting for the rest of the song.
Under Pressure, Queen, and David Bowie, part of the Artemis 2 Wake Up song playlist. So congratulations to everyone in space.
Nice.
On the boob tube, we got NBA on Amazon, Knicks, Warriors, Celtics, and Lakers. The Miniature Wife is premiering on Peacock. Series premiere of Big Mistakes on Netflix. 5th season premiere of Hacks. And all late nights on repeat. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram. That's Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Fritz on the Street is up next. I've just stumbled upon the darkest thing.
Oh, okay.
I thought you guys chose darkness. I'm choosing darkness now. That Eddie Dalton guy that Sabrina was talking about, the AI guy who has a bunch of songs on the top charts right now because of the world is broken. The comments section of his YouTube videos, remember, he's AI.
Yeah.
The comment sections are so weird.
Is it other AIs?
No, it's old people.
Oh.
This song is part of my testimony. If I live to see April 25th, I'll be 67 years old.
That's my birthday.
I am so blessed. When I was a baby, the town's doctor told my mother I was dying, that she should take me home so I could die at home. I'm so glad my mother didn't give up on her baby girl. Visiting a new doctor gave me another day old.
What does that have to do with the AI song?
Everybody's talking about dying. I turned 89 on March 1st, Arlene says. I'm
What's
grateful
the song
for everything
called?
alive.
What's the song called?
The song is called Another Day Old.
Okay,
and
yeah, that's it.
It's all old people commiserating over the fact that they're like in their 80s, in their 60s.
Whoa.
None of these oldos have any clue that this guy isn't real, I don't think.
No.
Just found this song last night. I'll be 72 in May. I've got a lot of medical issues, diabetes, chronic kidney disease. I pray every night that the Lord will let me pass before any day.
These people just go around Googling death songs?
Go outside.
It's so weird, isn't it?
Comment, Sean, like, hey, it's not a real person. They're technically going to outlive all of you.
What's so funny is this song makes you appreciate time, life, and getting older. Something that the person who wrote it doesn't understand because they're fake, right? that makes you understand life and time and getting older.
I hope to see
It's
the light
from
of
an
day.
AI, sir.
Like and subscribe.
My God. YouTube comment boomers. YouTube has been around for too long now. When we come back, we'll get to the Fritz on the Street, the showdown on the radio. But will we pick you to represent in Fritz on the Street? Now's the time where you try to wave at us on chat or otherwise to get our attention so that we pick you and then we fight for you in Fritz on the Street. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
It looks like eastbound and westbound lanes of Western Way at State Road 429. Those are blocked. We got some police activity on the roadways there. There's a crash on Sand Lake Road near Turkey Lake Road getting cleared up. Westbound on Apopka Vineland Road at...
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes of the show. Skull Mike. Cracktivated. How you doing? Fritz on the Street. Leebot says, pick me. Pick me. Good vibes only. I have faith in Sean today, but only if he picks me. Very interesting. Very interesting. I gotta pick somebody. I think the only fair way I can handle this is as follows. I send a message to you, YouTube, Twitch, and the superior in every way, TNJ Chat 2.0. I am going to make my selection of who I pick for Fritz on the Street solely and completely based off of whatever emojis or emotes you use right now. Whichever emoji or emote stands out to me is the person who I will pick and I will represent for Fritz on the Street. So try to be clever, try to get my attention, and if you have the best emote or emoji, oh, that's a good one, Missy. That's a good one, Bootsy. Zephys says, can Sabrina pick a YouTuber for once? She always picks from other platforms. She hates YouTube and Twitch. She clearly hates you. Why are you trying? Oh, some of these are good. Lady dog emotes. My face is an emote. Michael Scott doing that thing where he flashes with his finger. I'm going to pick one of these based solely off of emotes. You have 2 minutes right now, and I'm going to pick one of the emote posts. Oh, okay. All right. Planes, I see what you're doing. A rocket. A rocket. That's like a whole ass rocket. That's a tiny little one. A cat. I like the cat. I like the this is fine. News junkie. All right, I see. All right, Lee Road with some cars. Ex-swimmer with some American flags. Looking patriotic. I'm going to pick one of these. Some of you are getting nice and obscure, and I like that. I don't want to see some smileys or something here. I want to see some weird ones. Hiker Mom and Dwayne both looking sexual in their emoji choices. All right, okay. Oh, Animal from the Muppets. Well, they have a cigarette emoji? Oh, man, some of these are good. How do you get these custom emotes or emojis? You gotta know. And the people that know are getting my attention right now. Poop Ninja? That ain't gonna do it. Tommy with a reindeer? Man kicking with a whole ass pen? aliens. All right, okay. 30 seconds. 30 seconds and I shall make my selection. All right. "20 seconds is your last moments and I will pick somebody. Johnny, what is this? Chinese? Japanese? Look at what is this? Oh, AJ Soup, that's a good one. The Goopy Donut. All right, I've made my choice. I have made my decision. I have made my decision. I'm going to write it down right now. Whoa, is that Beyonce? Who do you think I'm going to pick? TNJ Chat, YouTube, or Twitch? Put your guesses in now. Let's get ready for Fritz on the Street. We're coming back with that in just a moment. Sean loves MAGA. Your username alone is like almost enough for me to be annoyed with you. That's the entire point of your username. Move on, please. Okay? Move on. Move on. I'm not choosing you, unfortunately. But please move on. I've got my selection. And I think it's a good one. Here we go. Fritz on the Street time.
About 5 times. Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Here's the deal. Fritz on the Street. The greatest game in all of radio is just moments from right now, and you can play along with. Get ready to have some fun. Learn about the show over on the website. It's easy for you to find. It's thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. We know a guy. His name is Fritz. Fritz is the great host of Fritz on the Street. He now joins us here in studio.
Yay.
He has had some, I don't know if you would call them interviews, but he's run through some questions with some people who have probably had a couple of drinks. You know, it's all part of the larger equation of fun that brings us to Fritz on the Street. But are you ready, Fritz? That's the biggest question.
Hell yeah. There's like a 90% chance they're half in the bag.
Okay. I think so. And that usually makes it harder and more fun, and that's why we do this.
Got them all lubed up during Fritz's Funhouse.
I mean, someone's got to do it.
Yeah, somebody does. And leave it to Fritz. He's the guy who can make this happen. Let's get into it. Let's do Fritz on the Street.
Now it's time for Fritz on the Street.
Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Sean. Hello, C-Lane.
Hi, Fritz.
Hey, Fritzy.
Hey, Fritz.
Fritz on the Street, sponsored by That Mortgage Guy Don and Home Loans Radio. Each Saturday, 9 to 10:30 a.m. You can listen to us, me, Fritz, MJ, and That Mortgage Guy Don just rattle on facts and industry news about buying a home, refinancing, the home market in general. You can also hear Don pretty much every week talk about how someone compared their quote. They did not miss that boat, and he saved up to, I don't know, $5,000, sometimes up to $600,000.
Wow!
Just by looking at offers and making an educated and
that first quote must have been something else.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dr. Evil, the first quote.
$1 billion.
He every week shows you how you can afford that dream home, and it might be easier than you think. That's thatmortgageguyDon.com, homeloansradio.com. Hit us.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
We'll go over the leaderboard first, and then I would like to know who everyone is playing for. In first place with 89 points, we have Christopher Lane. In second place with 72 points, we have Sabrina Ambra. And in third place with 66 points, we have Sean Wasson.
Oh, boy. Yikes.
So who is
right, 89, 72, 66?
Here we go.
That?
I'm going to let that sink in and just how poorly I'm doing here. But I'll tell you who I'm playing for in Fritz on the Street, Fritz. And I'm playing for Rock Jr. over on YouTube. Rock Jr. is my pick. What about yours, Jr. Sabrina?
I'm playing for B. Rockmore on Instagram.
Oh, mine doesn't have any rock in it.
Make it up.
Rock Jr., B. Rockmore.
All right. I'm playing for Sammy Scam Rock.
Like Sammy Hagar. Sammy
Scam
Rock. All right, there we go.
And Fritz, you said 89, 72, 66?
That is right.
All right.
I thought that was the person you were playing for at first. I was like, that was just a bunch of numbers. I did not catch that. So each week I go to the bar so you don't have to, and I ask 8 questions, 4 current event and 4 general knowledge trivia questions to our participants. Usually they have just done Fritz's Fun House, my trivia night each Tuesday night, and then they stick around and they want to be on the radio. And you have to chime in for that bonus point and then guess out of 8 people how many got it right. Easy peasy.
Yeah. Yep.
Is everyone in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without further ado, question number 1 goes like this. Last week, which mission lifted off... Sabrina.
Artemis 2.
Artemis 2 is correct.
All right.
Last week, which mission lifted off to take humans on an orbit of the far side of the moon? They have now traveled further than any humans in the history of the world. Sabrina, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Artemis 2?
Half in the bag? I'll go 8.
8.
7.
7 for C-Lane.
How crazy is that, by the way, to think of every human born before you, you've gone further away from the planet than they have. That's so crazy. I'm going to say 5.
And 5 for Sean. Question 1 with answers of 5, 7, and 8.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone knows they're astronauts. Last week, which mission lifted off to take humans on an orbit to the far side of the moon?
Artemis 2.
I think that was Apollo 18.
You're kidding me.
Artemis 2. Artemis 2. Artemis 2. Artemis 2.
Artemis 2.
Artemis 2. Damn it!
That would be 7. C-Lane is picking up 2 points, getting it right on the money. Sabrina, 1 up, 1 down with 8, picking up 1 point. Question 2. What nation is home to the Komodo dragon? Sabrina.
Komodo dragon. That would be the great nation of Japan.
That is incorrect.
Sean.
Sean?
Is it Madagascar?
That is incorrect.
C-Lane.
Damn it.
Indonesia.
Indonesia is correct.
How you know that?
C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Indonesia?
4.
4.
2.
2 for Sabrina.
How did he know that?
Great question.
Didn't. It was a guess.
That's a wild guess.
You just guessed Indonesia?
I was going to say Japan, but Sabrina got there first, and thank God.
Could you point Indonesia out on a map if I gave you 3 tries?
I mean, if it's a map, like a Google map with words on it, I would hope I didn't need 3 tries.
I'll say 4.
And 4.
No. Sorry. 3.
And 3 for Sean. Question 2 with answers of 2, 3, and 4.
Ding, 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 ding.
How to train your dragon? What nation is home to the Komodo dragon?
Bali.
Japan?
Uranus. Chile. Japan. Oh, Indonesia?
Japan?
Indonesia.
That would be 2. So Sabrina's picking up 2 points.
So we got a funny guy on the panel, I see.
And Sean and C-Lane with a guess of 3 and 4, each picking up 1 point.
Question, do people say Japan because Komodo dragons look like Godzilla? And
No, I just thought kimono sounds kind of Japanese.
Yeah, because there was a lot of Japanese guesses in chat in particular, too.
Yeah.
That was just 2, right?
2 got Indonesia. That is correct.
Oh, I don't get a point on that.
You got, nope,
Good.
you do not get a point.
Yeah, take it away.
Go away. Question 3 now. Over the weekend, which college won the NCAA women's? Sabrina.
Son of a bitch. The women's. UConn.
That is incorrect.
Sean,
did you want to hear the full question?
Yes.
Over the
I would
weekend,
like.
which college won the NCAA women's basketball championship?
Sean.
It
It was, of course, North Carolina.
That is incorrect.
C-Lane, Duke.
C-Lane. That would be UCLA Bruins.
Of course.
Oh,
C-Lane, you got question 2, right? We will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said the UCLA Lady Bruins?
3.
3.
4.
4 for Sabrina.
3.
And 3 for Sean. Question 3 with answers of 3 and 4. Over the weekend, which college won the NCAA women's basketball championship?
Connecticut. UCLA.
Was it UConn? I don't know.
Not UConn. I have no idea.
UCLA?
That was UCLA?
Women's UCLA.
The Lady Bruins.
That would be 5. So Sabrina with a guess of 4, picking up 1 point.
Okay.
Upcoming now is question 4. That's the halfway point. After question 4, I will tell you who is leading so far on the
Might
day.
I say really quickly here, Fritz, just as far away as those Artemis 2 astronauts were from planet Earth, that is how far away from first place I am right now. This is maybe one of my worst performances on record, but I'm turning it around right now. Starting now.
292,000 miles away?
Yeah, I'm about that far away, yes.
Question 4 now. Up on the agenda, what Oscar-winning Best Picture is named for a type of rose?
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
Oh, no, that's definitely not an Oscar winner. Crap. Magnolia. I
That is
got
incorrect.
nothing.
One more time.
What Oscar-winning Best Picture is named for a type of rose?
Oh,
Sean. Red.
That is incorrect.
Literally about
All
to say
right.
that.
Don't know a lot about roses, unfortunately.
That would be Titanic.
That would be American Beauty.
Oh, I thought about that after I already answered. I didn't know that was a rose, but it sounded like it could have been a thing.
C-Lane, you got question 2, right? We
And
will
there's
start with
roses
you.
all over that damn movie.
Yeah, they're dropping
C-Lane.
rose petals. Yeah.
C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said American Beauty?
Oh, 2.
2.
3.
3 for Sabrina.
2.
And 2 for Sean. Question 4 with answers of 2 and 3.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone knows there are rose petals. What Oscar-winning Best Picture is named for a type of rose?
American Beauty.
No clue.
Type of rose. Wow. American Beauty.
I don't know any roses.
What's your type of rose? Oh, God.
Don Juan.
Oh my God, I have no idea.
It was one of our answers during trivia.
Come on.
Tonight?
Yes.
Come on.
1999 movie.
Oh,
but it was-
American Beauty.
That would be 3. They said American Beauty, but the answer was Fight Club.
Oh.
3, so Sabrina's picking up 2 points, and Sean and C-Lane with a guess of 2, each picking up 1 point. That means in first place with 7 points, Sabrina/B Rockmore. In second place with 4 points, C-Lane/Sammy Scamrock. And in third place with 2 points, Sean/Rock Jr. Now let's go on to question 5. 4 remaining. Recently, which Attorney General was fired by C-Lane?
Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi is correct. Recently, which Attorney General was fired by President Trump? C-Lane. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Bondi?
7.
7.
8.
8 for Sabrina.
6.
And 6 for Sean. Question 5 with answers of 6, 7, and 8.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone knows. Recently, which Attorney General was fired by President Trump?
Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi.
Damn it. I just read this too. I don't know.
Hexeth. Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi.
Pam Bondi.
That would be 6. So Sean is picking up 2 points. And C-Lane with a guess of 7 picking up 1 point.
Let's go.
Question 6 now. According to Roman mythology, which type of animal nursed Romulus and Remus?
Sabrina.
Sean.
Sabrina.
That would be a goat.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Sean. Cow.
That is incorrect.
What type of animal?
Yep.
In Roman mythology, nursed Romulus and Remus. A monkey?
That would be a she-wolf. A wolf.
A she-wolf?
C-Lane, you got question 5 right. We will start with
One
you.
of them Roman monkeys everybody's always talking about.
Oh, you mean like the Roman cows?
I'm pretty sure they had cows, man.
C-Lane,
I'm pretty sure they had monkeys.
Yeah.
I'm just as sure as you are.
C-Lane.
Was it a she-wolf?
Yeah, it's a she-wolf.
Because they have udders?
I don't know. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said wolf?
Oh, 2.
2.
C-Lane's mad.
He's big mad.
2.
2 for Sabrina.
1.
1 for Sean. Question 6 with answers of 1 and 2. Let's see who knows their humanities class. According to Roman mythology, which type of animal nursed Romulus and Remus?
A wolf.
Oh, a wolf?
Hawk?
A wolf. Oh, wolves. Oh, wolf.
Wow.
She-wolf.
Oh, wolf.
Pass.
Oh, wolf.
That would be 6.
Obviously.
Oh, wolf. Done.
Update. Just want to work on an update here. I asked the computer world, did the Romans have monkeys and cows? Yes, the Romans had both cows and monkeys.
Thank you.
You learn something every day here on the News Junkie. 2 more questions remain. Question 7 now. On Tuesday, the UK Wireless Festival was canceled. C-Lane.
Kanye West.
Kanye West is correct. On Tuesday, the UK Wireless Festival was canceled after which artist was barred from entering the country. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said yay? Or
6.
whatever he's called.
Oh, wolf.
6.
Oh.
7.
7 for Sean.
7.
And 7 for Sabrina. Question 7 with answers of 6 and 7. On Tuesday, the UK Wireless Festival was canceled after which artist was barred from entering the country.
Kanye West. Oh, I
There
heard
it
this
is.
morning. Kanye.
Pass.
Paul McCartney.
SZA.
Kanye?
Yay. Travis Tritt.
That would be 4.
Did I say Travis Tritt?
Oh, a
Yep.
wolf. Oh, we know the Roman stuff. We're not breaking headline news. Got it.
Well, to be fair, 6 knew the she-wolf and 4 knew Kanye West, so it's not...
That controversial Travis Tritt character?
No points awarded. That means we go on to question 8.
Even alive?
Before we do, let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first place, we have a tie, 7 points each. C-Lane / Sammy Scam Rock and Sabrina / B Rockmore. In third place with 4 points, Sean / Rock Jr. So just 3 points separating C-Lane, Sabrina, and Sean. Question 8 now. What is the capital of the Dominican? C-Lane.
The Dominican Republic. I assume that he meant.
Damn it. Better hope so.
Can't name a damn place in the DR. Honduras.
That is incorrect.
That's it.
What is the
Sean?
Sean.
Sean.
Is it Santo Domingo?
That is correct.
Yeah.
What is the capital of the Dominican Republic? The DR. Sean, I like going back to that one. It's a fun one. Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Santo Domingo, Saint Sunday?
I think 4 people.
4.
5.
5 for Sabrina.
4.
And 4 for C-Lane. Question 8 with answers of 4 and 5.
Mom.
Ding, 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 ding.
This changes the game. And what is the capital of the Dominican Republic?
I don't know.
Punta Cana? No idea. Puerto Plata.
Oh my God. Santo Domingo?
Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo.
Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo.
That would be 5. Sabrina's picking up 2 points, and Sean and C-Lane with a guess of 4, each picking up 1 point. And that means in first place, winning on the day, Sabrina Ambra with 9 points / B Rockmore. Congratulations. In second place with 8 points, C-Lane / Sammy Scam Rock. And in third place with 6 points, Sean / Rock Jr., which means in first place and still leading with 97 points, Christopher Lane. In second place with 81 points, Sabrina Ambra. And in third place with 72 points, Sean Wasson. And that is Fritz on the Street.
Thank you, Fritz!
Thanks, Fritzy.
Look at him go. Somebody said Sean looked at chat for the Santo Domingo. I've been there. I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been to Santo Domingo. I knew that one. I didn't have to even. What's the movie where Slumdog Millionaire? I didn't have to Slumdog Millionaire myself through that, but I could have.
Isn't having been there kind of a slumdog?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the Slumdog Millionaire guy knew all the correct answers because he could pull from his personal experiences, but I knew it regardless. I still knew. I didn't even have to Slumdog. But if I did Slumdog, as they say, I would have arrived at the same conclusion.
You're almost Updog.
Not from chat. What's up, dog?
Okay.
All right. There he goes. Fritz, the best of the best.
Yeah.
Nobody beats him. Fritz's Funhouse Trivia. Make sure you're checking them out every single week. And we'll see you next time, Fritz.
He says bye.
Sorry.
He looks dapper today, by the way. You guys can't see him, a lot of you, but he does. He looks fantastic.
Good looking man.
He's headed on out of here. All right, we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, I got more updates on the Hookers in Hopetown story. What's happening there? More twists, more turns, all the rest. More about the people upset about these different giant networking facilities, the big AI facilities that they're building out there. An update in jury duty about that doctor accused of killing his wife. Man, we got a lot to talk about and some drama to mix in, and that's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's like a live podcast that happens every afternoon.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Stand by. People be emailing me like, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Pick me for Fritz on the street. Listen, pal. I don't care about your birthday. And you're reading chat defense, Sean. Isn't there a delay? Yes. There is a delay before the stream starts, which is, I believe, 10 seconds or so, 8 to 10 seconds. And then there's a delay via platform from where the stream starts to where you get to watch it, which could be as much as like 2 or 3 seconds, depending on what platform you're watching on. But I knew that one. Stand by and stand down. True. I got to reformat to OBS for TNJ chat because the gambling is breaking it. Fix OBS chat gamble. See if I can read my nightmarish handwriting later. The contract is fucking with your brain, Sean? Well, I don't think so. That's not even got me distracted in the moment. Am I distracted? Yes. I'm always distracted by something. There's always something that I'm working on. I mean, I literally probably shouldn't do this, but I literally answer emails, text people while I'm talking, all routinely on the show. Somebody will go, hey, what are we going to do about this project we're working on? And I will, while I'm talking, fire off a text message, answer in a text message on my MacBook. Hello there, how are you? Fritz, can I borrow your hat? Oh, unfortunately he has left the building. Let's take a look. Fritz was over here on the guest one slot in the grid. C-Lane is not there. Sabrina is not there. This is just how it usually works during the breaks. It's usually just me. I mean, I'm not even there technically because this is my camera and the overhead shot. But I am in another way because watch, ready? Ah! Oh. Ah! See? That's the grid. Oh, look, a squirrel. Hey, we just did that. All right, hang on. Some good stuff for jury duty. I want to do this story. Do you know what's crazy to me, real quick? Have you guys seen people in public with the little portable fans? Yes or no? Have you guys seen the phenomenon of people in public who carry these little personal fans? There's so many of them now. There's like necklace ones. There's like a little fan. There used to be hat ones that people thought they were clever, and there was like in the bill of the hat there was a fan. Now a lot of people carry these little like personal portable fans with them. When they go out, see them at the theme parks a lot, wherever it's hot. People adjusting to life when it's a little bit hotter outside. We're humans, we can do this, right? I have looked at people who have these with varying degrees of embarrassment since they started doing it. Like, you can't operate without having a little tiny portable fan that you bring along with you. It's really that hot outside. I could go walk 10,000 steps in 98 degree weather and just muscle through and be okay. You're not going to die, right? But one company just released a brand new one, and it's so good that I think it's going to make these little portable fans explode in popularity. One company, a game-changing company, just made a new one of these little portable fans that is making a splash, and I think you're going to start seeing them everywhere. Like in the line at the DMV, at the gas station. I think you're going to see them everywhere. Because Dyson has just released one of those little portable fans. It's $100, though. The menopausal women I work with all have them. Hormones are brutal, Wasson. I get it. But $100 for the new Dyson portable mini fan. I think the future human in 2035 carries this around like we carry around water bottles. All right, here we go.
Wayfinder Life-Changing Travel is back for Season 2. Join us as we explore breathtaking natural beauty and the layered history of destinations around the world.
One of the things that really struck me about my time in Alaska, there's just a more dramatic starkness where the water and the land meet. It really is just a magical landscape.
So come along as Season 2 takes off. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Wayfinder, and listen now.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Studio and see a full professional setup. Very, very high quality. And it's like you're watching a damn TV show. How about that? Come watch the show over on youtube.com/The News Junkie. Many people who end up watching the show on YouTube are like, I couldn't go back to the other way. It's a spoiled kind of thing that happens when you start watching on the YouTube stream, youtube.com/The News Junkie. After that, you go, well, I can't go back to just watching the show now. It's regression. It's like going back to flying without Wi-Fi or something. I can't do this. So you might as well take the leap. Just give it a shot. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Quick update on the good take I talked about earlier, where I said somebody had said, hey, I'm sure those gas prices will come down just as quickly as they went up now that oil is diving per barrel. Well, about that, here is the update on this from Axios News. And they say the Iran ceasefire, which is shaky, but somehow holding on. This ceasefire that the United States has with Iran and kind of Israel and kind of some of the other countries that are involved in this. The story from Axios says it may bring gasoline relief by Friday. The analysts that are experts in this are saying you could, according to Gas Buddy, see the prices going down by Friday. I am not holding my breath on this. Gas prices have climbed more than 70 cents over the past month due to the Iran conflict. The average national price for gas is $4.14. It could be below $4 a gallon within 1 or 2 weeks. But here's the thing. When it does happen, you won't see stories about that. For instance, right now, I think I just saw either today or yesterday that egg prices were so low. Like egg prices are at historic lows now. But nobody cares. They only care about egg prices when the egg prices are exploding. And you go, holy cow, look how expensive eggs are. It's unbelievable.
Man, I'm going to have to waste some eggs this weekend.
Nobody goes back and reports on this. Here's the story I liked about this. I said, from Polymarket, egg prices crashed 97% from the March 2025 all-time high. They're now at a 10-year low. So egg prices are at a 10-year low. These are wholesale egg prices, right?
I like this guy. I'm such an idiot. I bought 2 dozen eggs right at the top.
That's such a great take. Is Danny Polishchuk says on X, I'm such an idiot. I bought 2 dozen eggs right at the top. Egg prices, these are the wholesale egg prices, are down 97% from that high they were at in March. But it doesn't really, nothing makes the news when it's going down necessarily.
Less than a year ago, we were talking to someone who is selling very well their at-home chicken coop kit because we thought it was never going to go back down again. That we were going to have an egg shortage forever.
Still cool to have for a lifestyle choice. I have some neighbors who are doing a very rough cut of that.
Really?
Yeah, the rough cut
City
of that they're
that,
doing. Huh? I don't think they do. I don't think that they do necessarily. I got this Asian guy around the corner. Oh, I got to stop with this. I have to.
With Asian neighbors?
I have to stop with this. I thought that I had what I would call a perfect situation going, where this show had a level of success. We can talk to a great big audience every single day. But then nobody in my neighborhood knows who the hell I am. I've thought that to be the case. And that has seemed like it's been the case. But all of a sudden, out of the woodwork, all of these people in my neighborhood are, hey, man, hey, Sean, hey, what? And when I go for a walk or something, but Sean, I love the show today, man. And some guy yesterday, it's pouring down rain. I twist out on the street to go for a run. And as I'm leaving the driveway and I almost fall over, like I almost take a plummet. And this guy goes, hey, news junkie. And I go, oh, and he's walking. He lives in my neighborhood. So there's more people in my immediate neighborhood all of a sudden that listen to the show. I didn't want that. I want 0 ratings in my neighborhood and all of the ratings in every other neighborhood. I want every other neighborhood on planet Earth to listen to the show, aside from my neighborhood. Because now when I walk around here, I'm like, oh, great. These people are going to know, look at that idiot. He's wearing a dumb shirt or whatever. God only knows.
They don't have to know that you work for a radio station to think that.
That's true, but they now know more about me than I wanted them to because so many people will be like, hey, it's the news junkie. Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, how you doing? So I don't know if I can talk crap about them. And the Asian guy is kind of wacky. He doesn't seem to have a problem with egg prices. But he just has chickens. He doesn't have a chicken coop, but he just has chickens. He lives right on a busy street. And so the chickens are like running across the street and there's chickens in his front yard and the little kids in the house will be running out and like it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know if you can do that. Just have free range chickens in the city by your property. But this Asian dude who's got like a nice new house, he does. And I
should call the city on him.
I have plenty of people I want to call the city on. And Lord knows Courtney has people she wants to call the city on. She's a stickler for the rules. But these people are not on my list. No, they're not on the list.
You can apply for a backyard chicken permit.
You can?
Yes.
Really?
You can have no more than 4 chickens, hens only.
No gates or cages or nothing?
I'm reading along. You can learn
I'm sorry.
at the speed of meat. Roosters, ducks, geese, turkeys, peafowl, pigeons, or other birds are not allowed.
What? No pigeons?
No peafowl. So I guess the peacocks, they can't be pets. They just have to roam, like they always do.
Yeah.
You've got to live in a single-family home. Chickens are not allowed on a duplex, triplex, townhome, or multifamily properties. They're not permitted in community gardens. They're not allowed to run free, Sean. So
They're not?
No,
Okay.
they must be secured.
Straight to jail, baby.
Chickens must be kept for personal use. Breeding and selling chickens, eggs, feathers, and manure is prohibited.
I have to tell you, I'm not going to do anything about this because I don't want to start a fight. I already got enough problems going with the neighbors and some of them knowing about the show. I don't want any more. But I'm multi-pronged on the bird front. I saw, because I'm a good human being, even though I talk on the show about how much I hate the stupid peacocks in my neighborhood, I saw this peahen sitting out there, right? One of the females, and it's got a broken foot. And I stopped, and it was in the middle of the road. It's raining, right? The road's wet. I'm by myself out there going for my run, and this bird stares at me, and the peacock looked at me, and I saw in the eyes of this peacock, it said, Sean, forget about our fight. From one creature to another, I need your help right now. And I said, I got you, peacock. I got you, my guy. I hate you guys. You're annoying and loud and weird, and you poop everywhere. But I got you, because he is standing in the middle of the road, and he didn't want to move away from me. He didn't want to haul ass because he only had one leg to stand on. The other one was completely broken. And he just stayed as I walked about 6 inches away from him. And I said, okay, I see you, buddy. I see you. He's just out there on the road with broken ass foot on this peahen. It's a female.
Uh-huh.
So I go, all right,
That's not
fine.
what a female peacock is called. Listen,
Yes,
I know.
it is.
No,
It's a
no,
peahen.
No.
What is it called?
I can't say it.
Pea vagina?
No, you're making stuff up now. Are you saying PP? Is of the P word?
No,
Is that where
it's PC.
It's no, it's not.
That's also good, too.
It's not a PC
So
word.
what did
no.
you do? You picked up the bird, or you just took a picture of it?
I took multiple photos of the bird, and then I did the research through AI in the middle of the street, in the middle of the rain, hanging out with my peacock pal here. And I said, I need some help. Where's the local bird rescue? And I got the number from the bird rescue, and I texted the photographs to the bird rescue people, and I texted the street corner nearby and gave them all the information. And they told me, we don't do anything about peacocks. They are not animals that are supposed to be here in
this
our
peacock
state.
has been posted about already like weeks ago.
Yeah, they were
No
like,
one's
we're not helping them. And they go, you can call these organizations. And I called the other organizations, and the organization's like, we don't care about peacocks.
What about birds of prey? Birds of prey doesn't care?
I was like, nobody cares about the peacock. This poor peacock got a broken ass, like a bird with a broken leg is done for.
Not
I don't
really.
know. In this day and age, we have people who are pro cornhole champions and murderers, and they have no arms or legs. So who knows what this peacock will end up doing. But I wasn't able to get him any help. I failed miserably in my attempt to rescue the peacock. I might have to, out of its misery. And then I keep encountering, have you seen this around, the owl?
I was so jealous.
Wow. Yeah.
I was so jealous when I saw this posted.
They're so cool. They're
Courtney's IG. It was
just go to the park. It's
love
there all the
owls
time.
so much.
The owl is at the park all the time. It stands on top of the light fixture there.
I think it's mating season coming up soon. We're going to see a lot more of them.
That would be awesome. I would love it if we had to, because I don't like the peacocks. I made peace with the peacock to try to get him some help. The owl, I'm all about, man.
They're very dumb.
Owls,
you know that, right?
Little owls are freaking adorable. Ooh. Like, oh my God, I could get with that.
I used to get owls in my backyard like a handful of houses ago.
Did you?
The one where we did the fireworks that one time.
Yeah.
We had a table set outside with the umbrella on top, and every once in a while I would see an owl perched right on top of that umbrella.
What about the house you're in right now?
Possibly. I don't know. There's a lot of room for owls.
Oh, his backyard is so big, Sabrina, that he does not know. It's impossible for one to know with a yard so large.
He tried to relate by going, I had owls in my old house 4 houses ago.
Sealand's like, backyard's so big now, there may be some elk back there. One couldn't be sure on the grand estate that I live on these days.
Who would know?
Your rich neighbors?
Are there giraffes?
Maybe my lawn people run into them sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, you mean on the far back? The far back.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We've still never made the venture.
Back nine is what I call it.
takes a fortnight to get all the way out there, so we're unable to. While we're in our animal dump segment here,
I mean, I wish I would have known you were doing a bird segment. I would have prepared.
Well, I have one more animal-related thing, and I think this is one of the most adorable things I've seen in a while. Do you guys remember the show Beef? The show Beef, which is about the person with road rage?
Mm-hmm.
It's back for another season, and there's an animal in it. And at the premiere for Beef, the little dog that stars in this new season of the TV series Beef showed up on the red carpet.
Oh, show
and
me.
it's so freaking cute.
Oh my God, what is that?
All right,
Is it a
nothing
little
is
wiener
better
dog?
to me. It's a wiener dog on the red carpet. It's like a gray carpet or blue carpet. My favorite thing is the camera people talking to this dog like it can understand
Is
them.
it up on its hind legs right now?
It is. It's up on its hind legs with its little paws up. This little wiener dog from the next season of Beef. And I'll put this up on See It Now. But I love the camera people. Can you do that again? One more time, please.
If you know,
It is the cutest little wiener dog.
right here with his.
Shout out to the wiener dog owners out there.
Look at him, just eating it up.
All the dash hounders.
What a ham! Look, he's standing up.
Better get the shot. Oh, he's turning. He's turning.
So
Love
amazing.
him.
So cute. I'm going to get a photo of this to put it up on See It Now so you guys can take a look at this.
Carl will never make the movies.
This is a special dog. This is a dog that has probably been beaten into submission over the years.
I think Lexi would probably be a good extra in a movie. If they had such a thing as dog extras, just because she likes to sit around and do nothing. And it's like it's perfect extra work.
So in your mind, there's like other dogs in the background that aren't the focus character.
Yeah, they don't get any lines.
Yeah. And if she screws up, you just send her out to the back nine. Just out there, never see her again. God only knows what gets her there. I've got the photograph now. I don't know why I'm calling it a photograph, but I've got the image.
Look at this, see it now.
I've got the See It Now posting. We need a little Nickelback cover song like that. Dog from new Beef season. That I know it doesn't sound like a hot click. It doesn't sound like a hot click, but trust me, it's a hot click, folks, and it's ready for you over on See It Now. Go look at this See It Now over on the website at thenewsjunkie.com. There we go. Quick break. When we come back, jury duty, and I got some good updates in jury duty. Then we'll give you the latest on the Hookers in Hopetown murder mystery. I got new updates and so much more on the way. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Powered by coffee, chaos, and questionable decisions. Never algorithms. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's...
Hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome behind the scenes. The show is loaded with wieners. You bet, pal. Wait till I whip it out. Wait till I show you the beef. Question. That is the second dog-related or hot dog-related. Sorry, you're right. Question. Did I do the right thing with this peacock story? I tried. I feel bad. It was looking at me and it was like, one leg like, it's like this. It doesn't want to go because when it goes, it has to go. And it doesn't want to run away from me. And it's looking at me and it's like, Sean, you're my only hope. But nobody wanted to help it. Nobody. I'll tell you what they said. Hold on. When I texted these people, they said, I'm sorry, but we cannot take peacocks. They are non-native and we can only take native wildlife. Please look for an exotic bird rescue or a farm rescue. I said, thank you. They said, you are welcome. No luck for the peacock. If anybody happens to know another place that I can call that I can inform about our busted peacock friend, I will be happy to give him another once over and find him and locate him, and then have them help him out. My only saving grace is that there's not a lot of predators for a peacock, which is one of the reasons why they proliferate so much. Like, you know, they spread like rabbits or wildfire, because not a lot of stuff is big enough to kill a peacock. Most dogs can't kill a peacock. And the peacocks can go up in the trees if something does come for them. Save for this guy. Why didn't you pick them up yourself and throw them in a ditch or something where you don't have to look at it? Oh my God. Buddy. Jury duty in 90 seconds. If peacocks aren't native, I guess you gotta call ICE. Got him. We have a bunch of all-white peacocks by me? Really? You could try PETA, but they'll kill it anyway? I just don't want to see an animal hurting like that. I want an animal to get a fair shot. And a bird with a broken leg, that ain't a fair shot. Just not fair. I work at a pizza place nearby and see the peacocks. They go out to the road on Michigan Street and sometimes the cars don't stop. Yeah. Yeah, they got that kind of attitude about them. They do. All right, we're coming back. Hookers in Hooktown update at the top of the hour. Here we go.
250. Say micro. And switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Got something to say?
Love you.
Well, just tap the red talk back mic on the free iHeartRadio app.
Let's go.
Requests, contests, or just to say hi.
Hey, this is Heather.
Get your voice on the air fast.
I got the windows rolled down, the moonroof open.
Open the iHeartRadio app and try it now.
Want to make the most of your tax refund? File with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Radio 104.1.
Today's top stories. You're listening to the news junkie, Sean Wasson.
The most viral stories of the day. And here's the deal. There's the same 3 songs over and over on another station, or you can hang out here and we'll talk about everything crazy happening on planet Earth each day. Learn more about the show over on the website. And you can even, belatedly or not, and we don't even have to be live for you to leave a dispatch. You can leave those around the clock. Send your thoughts over at thenewsjunkie.com. By the way, quick note. A new dispatch recorder coming to the websites probably in the next week or so. The one that's been on there for a while, sometimes if you guys have different types of phones, like some Android phones and different connections, and there's issues with the quality, which I hate, and I want to have more of you on the show through these dispatches. So I built another one myself that they're launching on the site next week. And the changes are as follows. 1, there is a 1-minute limit with a countdown timer as you're recording your dispatch. And it'll tell you like, all right, here you go. Come on. Get the story across, please. We don't have all day here. That's one thing. The other thing is it should be crystal clear. Now, I don't know. Maybe there's some issues, but it should be crystal clear on all of your glorious phones. Fingers crossed. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Crazy stories today. Honestly, wait till we get into this. And at the end of jury duty, I'll give you the update on that Hawaiian couple where the guy tried to kill his wife and push her off a cliff, and then ended up hitting her with a rock, and then the son testified, all that. I'll get you all caught up in just a moment. Jury Duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, reach out to Mo, and he's going to help you out and make sure that you're in good shape while you go through the court system and go after those insurance companies. 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. A 75-year-old Brooklyn grandmother was beaten and had her face stomped on and kicked in her home's own front yard after asking two women to do something. It's one of these things that causes fights a lot. She asked these two women to do something, and they beat up a 75-year-old grandma, and they stomped on her face. What did she ask these people to do? Well, Linda Scott asked these two women to pick up their dog's poop in Brooklyn. They had their unleashed dogs running freely on the sidewalk.
Pooping everywhere.
They're just pooping all over the place. The woman goes, "Can you please clean that up?" One of her kids, the son, Michael Scott. Her kid's name is Michael Scott.
No way.
Yeah, Michael Scott. And he says, "She's 75 years old, man. Nothing warrants a beat down like that. If my neighbor didn't step in, we'd be talking about a murder right now," according to Michael Scott. Linda Scott was taken to the hospital. Doctor said she narrowly avoided suffering a heart attack due to the assault. Luckily, she wasn't hit in the chest. She's had 2 heart surgeries. Shortly before the attack, the victim and her son were in their backyard arguing with 2 women, including the attacker, after the women's dogs defecated in a vacant lot adjacent to their home.
Oh, so it was in her yard.
Sat empty and abandoned since a fire in 2011, according to the victim's son. These people, the problem is when you start to go up to somebody who's got their dog on no leash, they got their dog just pooping on random yards, they're not picking it up. These are the type of animals who are also willing to kick an old lady in the face. So you gotta be careful. It's a dangerous front to be on. Speaking of dangerous, deputies are warning parents after kids on e-bikes are playing a new version of an old game. And this is absolutely stupid.
Oh, I saw this morning.
You might think it looks fun, but it's a dangerous idea and a stupid one. And I think probably only 2 kids are doing it. But deputies warn parents after kids on e-bikes are playing a real-life version of Frogger in traffic. They're out there playing Frogger, these kids. And
everyone
they say
won
authorities
so far?
in Flagler County are urging parents to supervise their children. Good luck with that, Flagler County. Please watch your kids. No. Deputies said kids were seen running into traffic, climbing on park structures, and riding electric bikes across restricted areas. Some of them were playing a real-life version of the game Frogger, creating a dangerous situation for both drivers and pedestrians. About 30 or so middle school-age children were responsible for this. And there's no way to fix this save for punishing the parents, because we have so many parents of these like middle school age kids that hands off, just go, nothing we can do about it. Just a kid. And the kids go, well, my parents don't care. And we all grew up with at least one friend where their parents didn't care. And in my case, that kid was smoking Marlboro Reds at 11 and, buying prostitutes at 15. And
you knew
dead.
somebody who bought prostitutes at 15?
I think so. I think he was up to that. His name is Joel. And Joel was the kid who...
Oh, man. Joel was my friend whose parents didn't care. And
all the Joels are bad, yeah. All the Joels. Joels are not great. And Joel was the kid who also brought his father's filthy magazines to class.
Wow.
And then put them into his desk. And then I was looking at one and he was looking at one. And we both got in trouble in 3rd grade.
I did over-the-pants stuff with Joel.
There's a lot of Joels out there. But Joel was a problem kid because his parents didn't care. And when the parents don't care, it turns into all these kids. Look at Chicago. All the violence that you see in Chicago, all on the south side, mostly in the same neighborhoods. All those communities. The thing that they have in common, most of them, people will start to make arguments like, it's because they're poor, Sean. Racists will be like, Sean, it's because they're all black. Because they're in gangs, Sean. The thing that they all have, 100% of them in common, is that they have parents that are paying no attention to what they're doing. And so that's why they end up at 12 years old with a gun, robbing places, because nobody is telling them no. They don't have a father in their life, much less a mother who's like doting on them or punishing them, doing all the things you need to. Just a catastrophe. A Florida man has been arrested after pranking a deputy. Here's what happened. A South Florida man went into a store and went up to a police officer, a sheriff's officer at an Academy Sports. He goes, "You got to check this out." Alexis Martinez Arizala, 25 years old, approached the officer and said, "You got to look at this. Somebody's busting into your police car right now. Here's the video of it." And he showed the video to the sheriff's officer of some people breaking into his vehicle. 2 individuals were entering the vehicle. The problem was when the cop went outside, the whole thing was fake. He made the video with AI. They arrested him for fabricating evidence, which I've never heard of this before. But that's kind of crazy to consider. Yeah, he fled to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and they brought him back. He's facing charges of fabricating physical evidence in the case. And finally, that Maui doctor...
Didn't he fabricate digital evidence?
He did. Yeah, he fabricated digital. What did they say? Specifically physical, huh? Yeah, because it's...
And also, is it evidence if there's no case yet?
Unlawful use of a two-way unlawful use of a two-way communication device. I can see that. Making a false report. I can see that. But yeah, fabricating physical evidence? Put that on the Mo list. That's a weird one. That's a very strange one. The Maui doctor who was accused of trying to kill his wife on a hike was found guilty by a jury. We all knew it was going to happen. Found guilty of attempted manslaughter. And this was the one where he tried to push her off the mountain, and then he ended up smashing a rock on her head, and his own son testified against him in the courtroom. Pretty dramatic altogether. He closed his eyes and bowed his head when the verdict was read. He faces 20 years in prison.
Bye.
When we come back, we'll get our updates in on the hookers in Hopetown story. This couple out on the water, rocky seas in the storms, and they go missing. The woman goes missing. They say, or at least her husband does, that she went overboard, but there's a lot of people thinking that he murdered her. The latest details coming up next on the News Junkie. The Power Hour. The Power Hour. Chat, what song should we end the day on at the end of the Power Hour? Think about what's going on in the show. Think about what could happen here. It doesn't help when all the jobs are going to the white side of the city. Are you talking about Chicago? And no funds are being provided to low-income areas? Buddy, do you know anything about Chicago? I don't want to like pounce on you. Adam Ruins Everything did a show about how housing was designed to fail. Adam Ruins Everything is a retard. That guy is one of those guys who, if you know anything about the topic that he's addressing on his show, and I've only seen a little clip here or there, but everything I've seen was illuminating enough. This is one of those guys that does a show where if you ever know what he's talking about, he sounds so dumb. But if you don't know anything about it, you're like, well, that's really a big concern. That guy is a dumb. Maybe a mega dumb. Maybe a mega dumb. Boom, Boom, Boom by Johnny Lee Hooker. Grandma got ran over by her neighbors, you monsters. Kokomo? That's why I only listen to Sean for his hot takes. I can tell you, I am a better source of information than that guy. That guy, on so many things, when you push him a little bit, has no clue. I think he was on Joe Rogan one time where he just completely crumbled under pressure. Just like instead of actually learning about something and finding a twist on it, because the format is a good idea. It's a ripoff. It was done better by Penn and Teller. Penn Jillette, Penn and Teller did a show on Showtime, I believe, called Bullshit. Same idea, very well executed. Very, very well executed. Penn Jillette is a smart guy, though. So there's the difference. End the show with boats and hoes. Bullshit, that's a fun show. That was a good show. It was a quality show. All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes and we're coming back. That Adam dude has a punchable face. Penn Jillette is very smart. He is. He's a smart guy. Seems fairly balanced to me. Fairly reasonable, I should say. Because there are unreasonable people engaging in a lot of these conversations. He seems reasonable. "90 seconds. End the show with Caribbean Queen. You got it. That's a good one. Caribbean Queen. On a billy boodle dee. Bottle doo bop doodle doo. We're coming back right now. Caribbean Queen. That's a classic. Billy Ocean. All right, we're coming back.
Finding you, it finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Newsroom. Quick reminder, Secret Shows this week is tomorrow. It'll be a Friday live recording of Secret Shows at 8 p.m., Friday at 8 p.m. And then after that, immediately after that, I'll go ahead and post it for you subscribers over on thenewsjunkie.com. The story I've been following here, the Hookers in Hopetown, which is about this couple, last name Hooker. They were in Hopetown in the Bahamas, and they went out on this little 8-foot boat to get to their sailboat, and it was in really bad weather in a storm. And the husband said, "Oh, my wife just fell overboard. I threw her a life preserver, but the waves got to be too big, and I had to paddle back." And she had the keys attached to her, so the boat wasn't working anymore after she flopped out of it. And then very quickly, we all became a bit suspicious of this guy. Now, there's some stuff that goes to back up his case. But there's some stuff that makes this guy also look like maybe he had something to do with this. And the daughter of this woman who's missing and presumed dead is still speaking out in this case. And the daughter says that her mom did not just fall overboard. She doesn't believe it. The NBC News story says, daughter of American woman missing in the Bahamas says mother was unlikely to, quote, just fall overboard. Carly Aylesworth, that's the daughter, described her mother, Lynette Hooker, 55, as an experienced mariner. She knew what she was doing out there on the high seas, says the daughter. And the daughter says, I don't believe the official story here.
An experienced mariner, but never drove?
She drove at least that one time in that one picture on the little dinghy. Now, who was the one? Do you call it driving when it's a sailboat, or do you call it sailing? I guess you would call it sailing instead. You wouldn't call it driving a sailboat. That seems like a dummy thing, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to say that because sail people will make fun of me. Carly Aylesworth, also calling them sail people would probably be enough to make fun of me to begin with. Carly Aylesworth described her mother, Lynette Hooker, 55, as an experienced mariner and a fit person. She was in good shape, she's saying, who was unlikely to just fall off the boat. But that's what her husband, Brian Hooker, 58, has said has happened to her during this dinghy ride from Hopetown to Elbow Cay, according to local authorities. Then when he called her, he sounded, quote, monotone and relaxed. I was in shock. I said, my mom's missing? What? Brian Hooker has not responded to NBC News' request for comment. He wrote Wednesday morning on a Facebook post that he was heartbroken over the recent boat accident and unpredictable seas and high winds that caused my beloved Lynette to fall from our small dinghy near Elbow Cay in the Bahamas. Again, that whole statement from him goes in the column against him. That was not great, to say the least. This is the next bit from the husband. He says, despite desperate attempts to reach her, the winds and currents drove us further apart. We continue to search for her, and that is my sole focus in the moment. However, the authorities in Bahamas and the authorities in the United States of America both decided that they were going to push forward a criminal investigation against this guy. Now, he's saying, what did he use the word unequivocally? He said he had nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. Didn't do it. Wasn't me, he said. Absolutely was not me. And somebody says, do you think this would be such a viral story if it wasn't for the Hookers in Hopetown headline? That's only me pushing that so far. If I could get the media writ large, all the other people out there to buy into the Hookers and Hopetown headline for this, I think that would work. That would be good. It would be second best to Ketamine Queen from earlier in the show. He added that his family is deeply grateful for all the authorities involved. And what they did was the oldest trick in the book for law enforcement is that they go, we just want to talk to you. Your wife is gone, and we need to make sure we get the right information from you. Oh, of course. I got nothing to hide. I'll talk to you. And then the cops think that he did it the whole time, and they start leaning in and asking him questions. And these Bahamian police officers, probably dealt with something like this before. They documented part of their Bahamas trip on their TikTok and Instagram pages, called The Sailing Hookers was the name of their TikTok post. The last post over there had them sailing to Great Guana Cay. That was one of the places. They're playing this in the background. Yeah, so they are playing a little bit of yacht rock on what they call their yacht, a very, very big sailboat, and they're showing their mission around the Bahamas and Guana Cay and the Abacos.
Had a good thing going here.
I did. It's beautiful, happened? Actually.
Yeah, and they've been together for a long time.
Yeah, there's a dinghy.
Tempted maybe because they were not getting the views that they had hoped for after all these GoPro videos. Someone had to go.
The more I see of this dinghy, the more dinghy-like it looks. But did you see? Hang on, let me go back to the beginning of this real quick. I'm showing this over on the stream on YouTube, and I'll pause this at the part that I was talking about. Okay, here's the map. They're showing themselves moving around the Bahamas. These are the Hookers in Hopetown. Beautiful boat, just gorgeous sailboat that they're sharing their time on here. Retirement, I'm sure. And then here they are on the little dinghy. All right, who's driving here?
It's in the back.
They're both by the motor because you don't have any choice to be anywhere else. They're both by it. She's got a camera in her hand. She's got one of those 3D cameras. That's what she's filming this stuff on.
360, I would.
360 is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's like it's like a pole, you know, like you hold the pole up in there. She's filming their adventures on this. Before this, there was nobody interacting with their stuff. Unfortunately for her, now there's some interactions, and she's no longer around. We got some dramatic comments over here. Another person in the sailing community, Sailing Cat, says, "Ugh, yep. Swells have been nasty since the front, with another coming on the way. We draw 4 feet of swells on this day." Then somebody says, "Damn, he did it. So very sorry for your loss. Very sorry. My deepest condolences."
That's the same comment?
No,
Damn, he did it? Oh, okay.
Somebody says, "Awesome post. Keep them coming." About that. Saw an article in the New York Post. May she R.I.P. That's tragic. Rest in peace. Looked like y'all was living your best life. Sad to see what happened to you. Beautiful. I'm very sorry for your loss. Almost every one of these posts was post them going missing, except for that Sailing Cat lady. When she said, "The swells have been nasty since the front, with another coming." This was the day before she went missing. And the sailing hookers responded about the nasty swells. "I know. We'll be returning to MH," which I'm assuming is Marsh Harbor, right?
Yeah.
"We kept the mooring ball for the blow." That's sailor stuff. "I'm hoping this is the last one. We need to start looking for a weather window to head back, unfortunately." And then the other sailing person, Sailing Cat, said, "I know." So they're talking back and forth in the sailing community about what was going on. And she said, "Yeah, I know it's really bad, but they still got in their little dinghy." And
no, they know better than that.
Seems like, why? Like, wouldn't you, if it was really bad, just stay?
Yeah.
Maybe stay the night even? I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what people in these communities do, because I'm not in the sailing community, obviously.
I mean,
I did not grow up on a sailboat. I do not know anything about it, but my dad loved his boat, and we would go on it very often, to the Bahamas even, and very bad storms. Even with the little dinghy that we had, you do not go out on it.
That's
if
bad.
you either stay anchored in or get close to shore, but there's no way in hell they would take an 8-foot dinghy out into the ocean. No way.
Well, there might not have been a lot of places for them to stay if that was the option they were looking at, and they have.
To shore.
They were on shore.
They were on shore. Then they got in the dinghy. They were going to their sailboat from the dinghy
in the middle of the ocean.
Well, wherever it was, I don't know. This thing was, where they had the sailboat.
I would assume one of the harbors, the Abaco Sea.
Yeah, I think that's where they were heading, was to one of the harbors. Sean on YouTube says, "This is all made up ass." Well, I mean, nothing about this is made up. The story that we know is that the woman is currently missing, but probably presumed dead. That there was a back and forth in history with this guy. Maybe he's made some comments that her daughter didn't like. Her daughter doesn't seem to believe the story that he tells, which is that she just fell off and went overboard. He says he's totally innocent. He says he tried to save her. The daughter says, "I don't think that was the case." Those are all absolutely, positively truths about this story. And the rest are things that we'll probably learn along the way. But the idea that the Bahamian police and the United States, the feds, are investigating this as a crime right now, which is what they're doing, shows you that they probably think that people who are second-guessing him might be on the right track, or at least they want to ask more questions. So none of that is fake. That's all very, very much true. That'll have to do it. The cops told Brian Hooker, though, that he was not a suspect in his wife's disappearance. Now it kind of looks like it, because he was questioned by the police for over 3 hours in this case. All right, let's go to you. Let's get some dispatches in. I've been quite bad about the dispatches today, but I think I can work in a few. Here is, this is Dead Dad Tim. All right, Dead Dad Tim. He's talking about something we discussed yesterday on the show.
What's going on, junkies?
Hey.
So, listening to yesterday's podcast, and you guys were having the discussion about the whole Liv Morgan segment between her and Roxanne.
Oh.
So, the lady running into frame, shoving Liv, that is Stephanie Vicaire. She is the current women's world champion, and she is set to face Liv Morgan at WrestleMania.
Okay, he's talking about the WWE women where their heads smack together, and you could hear their skulls.
Big old honking hematomas on each head.
Yeah, they ended up with these massive bruises on them, and there was two of the WWE women talking to each other, and then another one went in and smacked against them, and it hit their heads together.
And then threw the one who has the worst golf ball size into a TV as well.
Yeah, it wasn't enough just that they hit their skulls together. The bit did not stop there, so that's what he's talking about.
I believe it's next weekend or the following weekend. Over the past several months, they've been building the story, and it's been getting very heated and very personal within the last several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think Stephanie unintentionally gave a little extra oomph in that shove.
Oh, it could be.
You just
could
said it was
be the
getting
case.
heated.
Yeah, well, he's saying it's getting heated, and it was arranged that she was supposed to shove this woman, but maybe she was a little mad. She shoved a little bit harder than she should. Wrestling talk. Yeah, I mean, we've ended up. We don't usually end up on wrestling talk. I know nothing about WWE stuff. That's not my territory, so I usually stay away from it. But I did think that clip was interesting. I stand by that for sure.
You're going to watch the big match?
No. It's not. No, it's not going to be on my radar, I don't think. But if something cool happens about it and there's a clip or something afterwards, I'm certainly interested in seeing what happened there. A lot of people were reaching out about the peacock situation, the peacock in my neighborhood. I'll look at those. There's some suggestions of places that might be able to help out, some experts, some wildlife people. Thank you very much for sending those. I really do appreciate that. And I will reach out and ask those people if they can help that peacock. Brenda emails the show talking about the hookers in Hopetown in the murder mystery case. I want to know how big her life insurance policy was. And I thought about the sharks right away, says this person. Yeah, there are sharks in this area of the Bahamas. So much so that when we were there, the power was out. And when the power was out, it went on for a while. And they had, like, in their local newspaper, they said the power will continue to be out because there's sharks swimming around the area where there's like a broken cable. And so that because of
or
the
like
sharks,
some sort of part of the generator that needed replacing or fixing. There's something like that.
Whatever needed repair was underwater, and there were sharks around it. And they said, we can't do anything about it. So did her husband, I think. So this person says they think her husband knew about the sharks. If there's no body, how long could he be jailed for? Because there's no proof in that case. Love y'all. Happy Friday Eve. It'll be a big deal if they find the body in this case. That will be a game changer. But the problem is, if he didn't murder his wife, all right? If he didn't murder his wife, and she just was bobbing into the water with no life preserver in the storm, it's possible that you never find her body because sharks, because the weather could pull her out and bring her God knows where. You may never see her body for that. Or if he did intentionally do all of this, he may have made it so you don't ever see her body again on purpose. So there's two things working against that.
That's why they stopped off at that little place for dinner to have iron weights. You know, just iron weight soup.
True. Made her go down a little faster.
Goes right to the bottom.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. K emails. Hello, junkies. I hope all is well. My thoughts on the overboard situation in the Bahamas are, if I was wanting to get rid of or kill somebody, I'd probably take them out under the same weather, high waves, and getting drunk conditions as he did, as to make my intentions appear to be an accident, says Kay.
Yeah, but
hey, Kay, follow-up question. You trying to murder anybody?
He's essentially doing the Always Sunny bit here. Because of the implications is what he's doing.
That, except that, if your whole goal is to get rid of somebody and you're like, you know what I'm going to do? Take them out in very dangerous weather. Well, that could pose a significant risk to you as well.
Mm-hmm. It could. Yeah. Yeah. We still are at the beginning of this case. There's a lot of twists and turns, and I'm interested to see what happens next. And we'll keep you updated on that for sure. When we come back, I've got clips galore. We'll do a grab bag segment because I was just looking and I said, damn, I have so many things that we have not gotten to. One of the things I'll play for you when we come back is something we have been cheering on. We have been cheering it on. But things are taking a turn. What is it? You're going to find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a crash getting cleared up on I-95 northbound near LPGA.
Hello. Welcome to the show. All right.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Our grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at Minute. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877.
Is Mothers Against Drunk Driving still for the abolition of alcohol? They used to be. No? Some of them used to be.
Here's a question. How many brokers does it take to insure your business? If you're like most business owners, the answer is way too many. Multiple policies, multiple applications, and no clear view of how it all fits together. If questions come up, it's not easy to get the clarity you need. Super Sure changes that. One broker for all your business insurance backed by
All right.
that works for you year-round.
How we doing?
And if you've ever stared at a policy just wondering what it actually covers, Super Sure has a fine print fax tool that translates the legal jargon.
The Miniature Wife Show is now premiering on Peacock. Will it be a huge hit? A man and his tiny wife? Will it be the next failure? Following the Burbs series? Was that over on Peacock? I don't remember. I don't know, a single mom against wine? Do you mean you don't know a single mom who's against wine? Or do you mean you don't know a mom singular who's against wine? Very different. Do you mean you don't know a single person who is a mother who's against wine? Or do you mean you don't know a mom who is currently relationship status single who doesn't like wine? The Burbs was okay. Trash take. The Burbs was so bad. And the character development was like, oh my God, so cringe and terrible. Hacky, amateurish. Very, very bad. Very bad. Night Nurses, I just saw a preview for it. Oh, The Tiny Wife? Excuse me. When we come back, grab bag segment. I've got a lot of great clips for you. Kurt says, thank you, Avendisora. Kurt says, what? The movie The Burbs is a classic? You're so right. The movie The Burbs with Tom Hanks is great. The television series The Burbs, a reboot of the idea, but starring like a mixed race couple with a black woman at the center of it, is so bad, so embarrassing, they never should have made it, so cringe. Oh God, the lead character is so cringe. So bad. Maybe the lady faked her death like Julia Roberts did on Sleeping with the Enemy. Good movie. That's a good one, isn't it? Julia Roberts. Not that I particularly like her, despite the memes about me. But that is a good movie. The Burbs movie is one of my all-time favorites. They made those neighbors pretty scary, didn't they? Right? A DEI remake? I mean, what it is like, it's a real shame because what they should be doing is creating a lot of awesome stuff and in the stuff they create, featuring people so they can showcase their talents. Instead, they go, what's an established IP? Ghostbusters, whatever. And then what's the little twisteroonie we can do to make the fan base mad by like changing some of the characters up? And then when they do that, which you can be okay there if you do a great job, they also do a shitty job of writing so no one likes it, save for the people who have to pretend, right? Like the white Karens on Twitter who will be like, actually, the Burp series is a cinematic masterpiece. It's African-American exceptionalism on the screen. What? You watching the same thing? It's bad. OG Burbs is great? True. Double Jeopardy's good too. You guys are on one. All right, we're coming back. We're pulling into the final two segments on the show. Are you still with me? YouTube, hello, are you with me? Twitch, are you with me? TNJ chat, are you with me? Good to see you, AJ Soup. She's with me. That makes one. One person with me. They're doing Married with Children with Asians? No. MFQ's with me. Mystic Ridges is with me. CFL is maybe with me. Kind of with me. Not with me. Ted is with me. Kurt's with me. Hey, Kurt. Night Nurse is with me. True Rock.
Your favorite baseball team hitting the diamond.
Grand slam from Mookie Betts.
Or dive into mock draft season with NFL Daily.
We know Mendoza's going number one. Who do you have at number two?
From NBA and NHL playoffs to the draft podium, we've got you covered. Open the iHeartRadio app, search sports, and listen now.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Meet the three friends Bill Cosby called frat bros. This is the
A lot of stuff to play here. A lot of different clips, a lot of things that we need to hit on before the Power Hour wraps up and the final hour of the show is over. Well, it doesn't ever really end, does it? You could always get the podcast. Hey, podcasters out there in podcast land. You could always get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com as we roll on to the show, or even watch everything. Look under the featured section of the website, which is at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay. Sabrina sent over an update on the armless, legless guy who was also a cornhole champion, who is also accused of murdering his friend after getting in a fight in his car, trying to get his friends to cover it up, but they didn't want to do that. That guy. The problem is last time I played a video of this guy,
I got a little concerned sending it over, but there is some editing involved. I don't know if you noticed.
I'll be very careful. Last time I played a clip from this guy, he looks like he has boobs.
Yes,
when he is upside down. Yeah, when I played a clip from him last time, it ended up with a week-long ban on YouTube because YouTube was like, you can't stream with guns. And I'm like, I am not the armless, legless man. I am not streaming with guns. In the new video, the amputee murder suspect snorts off of a dollar bill, and you can imagine what was on that probably, and then shot a gun out the window. I'm not going to play it here just because I don't want to risk it. It's not worth it. But he
So
definitely
much going on in that clip.
Dayton James Weber is the
Can I
guy's
show this?
name.
What we're looking
Completely
at right now?
upside down.
What do you have? What are you looking at?
Looking at what you're looking at.
Yeah, you can show this. Yeah, this is him upside down, and then somebody who's filming has a dollar bill, and they're putting it by his nose, and he snorts whatever's on that dollar bill, and then he goes over to the window and he grabs a gun and starts shooting. And somebody says this video is effing crazy. The guy's insane. He's definitely a strange individual.
Yeah,
and he's into some stuff. But now he's up on a murder charge. Dayton James Weber, the quadruple amputee, who finds himself at the center of a murder case. All right, let's see. I got a couple other things that I wanted to work in here. We have been cheering on something, and I got bad news about the thing we've been cheering on. We've been cheering on something repeatedly on the show called the Grappler. And the Grappler is such an interesting invention. Police across the country have been starting to install this on their vehicles. And when there's a police chase, like Batman or something, the cop car pulls up behind the vehicle, shoots the grappler at the car, and then reels the car in and stops the police chase before anybody can get hurt. And it has worked out so great in so many cases. Unfortunately, this is not one of those cases. The grappler back in action on the show. This is in California. I'm looking at the police car behind a vehicle here. And they're trying to grapple it.
In excess of a safe speed. Now, what the guidelines are by the manufacturer.
The car that they were trying to grapple here in California did not get pulled in like all the other cases that we've seen.
You're trying to grapple a vehicle traveling.
It slid off
in excess of a safe
and crashed into a wall, and then crashed into another wall, almost hit a house.
Don't know what the protocol is for.
This guy over here is just shocked out of his mind. He was along the side of his house when he lives right along an interstate, and a car crashed into the wall right by his house. The grappler did not work out this time.
Is that the same grappler we've been watching, though? I thought they shot something into the car, and it, like, latches.
This one's a little
and
different.
Slows it down.
This one scoops it. They try to scoop it.
This is a different thing. Usually we're seeing, like, a tow cable or something.
Yeah, it's like Batman shooting out something, and then it sticks on the car, and then they pull it in. And in this case, they try to scoop up the tires, and they were going way too fast. And so this car just crashed through this wall. Unfortunately, it didn't go well for all involved there. Man in his backyard was seen running just as the car made contact with the wall. It's unclear if the suspect is injured, but the grappler or grappler light, I don't even really know if that's the actual grappler itself, not going as well as it could have in that situation. Also, file this under excellent posts. Johnny Micro, how many posts? You got 67,000 views on this. He deserves more. Johnny Micro posted, "Give me fuel, give me fire, give me all your effing money." And it's Metallica's upcoming concert. Where's the Mohegan Sun Arena? Where is that?
Is that the one that's in Connecticut, or is that in Las Vegas?
Mohegan Sun Arena is where Metallica's playing.
But that's a casino. Yeah, Uncasville, Connecticut.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me all your effing money. And it shows the Metallica show. I'm trying to see what the cheapest one that I'm looking at is. $1,112 is the lowest price. Yeah, for one crappy seat to this Metallica concert. $1,112. For a good seat, $3,747.
Is that all resales?
Give me fire, give me all your effing money.
It looks like the seats are going for more than like what looks like the floor.
The floor is $1,805 for like the pit area around the stage.
I wonder if there's something about those $3,700 seats that is included in it or something.
Maybe
this arena, it only holds 10,000 people. That's kind of low for a Metallica concert.
Yeah, that's a tighter Metallica concert, but still,
that's ridiculous.
If every ticket we're looking at, and I love how it says "amazing" by some of the prices. Amazing. Only $1,269 to see Metallica play at the Mohegan Sun Arena.
Amazing compared to the $3,700 tickets.
I guess so, yeah. It's amazing in comparison to just how unhinged the other tickets are.
On bottom right, the $1,112 tickets have gone down.
It's got a green arrow pointing down next to it. Why not grab
dollar
this?
signs?
Yes, yeah.
That means good, right?
Are you a Metallica fan who also works a minimum wage job? Well, guess what? That's what Klarna and Afterpay services are there for. You buy this today, and then in just 948 payments, you could pay off your Metallica tickets. They used to be $20, but now they're a lot more for the Mohegan Sun Arena.
I think that's a pretty popular venue for tours to hit, even though it's a little bit on the small side and like part of a casino.
I would love to see how that concert ends up as far as audience numbers. Are there really that many people that are willing to pay over $1,000 to be in the
If they are, that's okay. Imagine the average seat is $1,200 and they have 10,000 people in there. That's big money. That is
That'd be a good show.
You're pulling in a lot of money pulling this off, I think. Well, we'll see what you think about this. Metallica fans, would you pay that much? That seems a little steep to me. Another thing I wanted to mention, because it's going viral out there this week, there's an article from Slash Film that's getting a lot of attention, and it's about a show that's gained some popularity as of late. And the show is called The Pit. Many of you might have seen The Pit.
Baby Jane.
Love it.
And I think this is so true. The headline is, many fans of the show The Pit are proving that, yes, it's possible to be bad at watching a TV show. And it goes into the culture of people who watch this show and how absolutely unhinged many of them are. Many of the fans of this show, The Pit. Whether it's like wanting more and like having unreasonable expectations out of some of the characters that they are attracted to, wanting storylines because they're used to Grey's Anatomy or something that are different than The Pit wants to offer you, because from what I could tell, The Pit is kind of trying to be realistic. So the story on The Pit isn't as far-fetched as you might see in some other story. It would be something that would be sort of believable.
There are some out there storylines and just stuff that happens in the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're kind of going a little... I thought they were going a little extreme on some of the stuff that happens. There's always, without a doubt, a moment watching The Pit where I go, thank God we weren't eating. Thank God dinner is over.
Pretty graphic.
There are some gross moments in that show.
But you're not going to get
practical effects.
Those storylines because the whole premise is each episode is 1 hour of the shift.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, it is very, from what I understand, very realistic as far as the medical issues. It's a lot for one day, but you're not going to get the fan fiction that a lot of people are trying to drum up. Like, there's one moment where these two doctors are in the same scene, and you know there's sexual tension. Can't wait to see them bang it out, and it's not going to happen.
I've seen some clips of this show that were very cringe, like super political moments that they've worked into The Pit that I was like, oh my, like so ham-fisted and clumsy. But people really do like it. There's a lot of people that do like it.
I haven't had that experience.
You have? You didn't see that? Did you see the ice clip?
Yeah, I didn't think it was that bad.
It was like so, to me, just so clumsily wrapped into this show where they the doctor at the hospital is like arrested by ICE in the middle of the shift at the hospital. It's like, to me, that seemed cringe. To each their own. I'm sure you a different take on it from you, but I thought that was cringe, especially separated on its own, the clip that I watched. The first episode that I tried to watch, it wasn't for me. I mean, I don't dislike hospital-based shows, but it didn't pull me in like it did a lot of other people. But I will tell you something genius about it. All right, for you Pit lovers, you don't need to torch me alive here because I'm not on board with your show. I will tell you something genius about it. When they do a show like this, it's really easy for them to crank out episodes because almost all of it occurs within a set of a hospital, and they can film at 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. or any time. So while other shows are struggling so hard to try to get another season out, and they'll maybe release a season of their show, and then maybe 3 years later, you might see another season and people forgot about what was going on. The Pit is the only one that consistently cranking out content now because of the way that they film it. And that is a pretty smart thing to do for a show like that. This says, what's troubling to me is some viewers seem to be treating The Pit like a puzzle to be solved. They approached the show the way fans used to become obsessed with the show Lost. That one didn't go well in the end. A mystery box series that became appointment viewing and broke everybody's TV watching brains in the process. Unfortunately, I think this programmed many viewers to assume all shows released in the wake of Lost were following this blueprint. The Pit is not a mystery box show, they say. There's a whole thing about this. They go into like ripping apart fans of The Pit for being way
usually
about the characters that they see on screen.
I mean, as far as trying to solve the puzzle, usually that's a my wife thing when we're watching TV or especially a movie or something. What did we? Oh, we watched Scream 7 the other day.
The puzzle.
Oh God.
Well, I mean, is
that the newest one?
Yes.
No.
And she said, it was Act 1, and they're introducing the different characters and stuff, and they come by somebody, and she goes, "That's the murder. That's the murderer."
Got
I
it.
could just tell.
And, I wasn't super invested in Scream 7. I was probably on my laptop half
More of
the
a six
time.
guy?
And then I got up and went to the bathroom, and while I'm peeing, and I had left the door open, and she's like, "I knew it! It was her! I called it!"
The whole time.
Okay.
Knew it the whole time. That movie went on forever, man. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to do this. We're going to do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a...
Copyright.
Next on the News Junkie.
Real Music Weekends. Our classic alternative. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Thursday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting additional rounds of scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms. The worst of the rain looks like it'll stay to the south and east of Orlando. It will still be quite windy, gusty, and dreary. Planned for wind gusts to be as high as 25 and 30 miles per hour. When the sunshine returns as early as tomorrow. In fact, as we head into the weekend, it will be beautiful, much more seasonable, with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Folks, I want to tell you about Mills Air. They are a company that helps you at the most basic stance with your air conditioner. If your air conditioner breaks, Mills Air fixes it for you. But beyond that, they're just a great company that you want to be proud of in your area that hires people locally. That's a family-owned and operated company, not some big giant corporation run from like San Francisco or something. These are people who you can put your trust in still. They're not trying to rip you off. And that is shockingly rare in 2026. I wish it wasn't, but it is. So take advantage of it. And when you have a problem with your air conditioner, call Mills Air. 407-277-1159. That's the number. I'll give it to you one more time. If you have a problem with your AC, your air conditioner, 407-277-1159. Or find them on the website. It's millsair.com.
Springtime has finally arrived in Central Florida, and that means now is the perfect time to reduce energy bills while
Hello. Welcome to the show. It's time for you to say goodbye. It is time for you to say goodbye. How do we do that? We rate the show. It's time to do it. We rate the show. 10 out of 10, it goes over here to the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame for top shelf shows. No notes. 1 out of 10, it goes over here into Embarrassingville population shows that suck. Right there. Rate the show out of 10. Rate the show out of 10. Kurt says, I keep meaning to watch The Pit. Some real surgeons say it's the closest any show has come to seeing what it's really like. I believe that's true. Just doesn't really draw me in. 10 out of 10 busted ass peacocks. 7 out of 10 hot dog boys. 10 out of 10 peacock heroes. 10 out of 10 yachts and the dude that killed her. 10 out of 10 hookers, 9 broken peacock legs out of 10. I'm back. 10 out of 10 toilet paper infernos. Burn, baby, burn. 8.9 toilet paper rolls out of 10 of the flaming variety. Fun time out of 10. You are all shatters of the day. God bless you. Stay gold. We'll see you tomorrow.
As an exclusive 10% discount off RV rentals. Just mention the promo code Sabrina104 when booking your rental. Visit GiantRecreationWorld.com today and start planning your next great RV adventure.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word TRUST right now to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Dispatch, this is Mindy, Advanced Air Home Services. Well, boy, it's getting hot out there. Now, if your AC is making funny noises, just needs a once-over, or your home isn't as cool as it used to be, visit AdvancedAirandHeat.com. Advanced Air Home Services. License CAC 1820806.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
It was only so powerful today, but, it did all it could. And if you missed any of the show, go over and get the podcast. It's at thenewsjunkie.com. On the way out, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. We'll see what you got for us in the last minute here. Let's get into the final dispatches first, since I've been bad at those today, as per usual.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
True. I got to tell you, we have a little more time than yesterday because C-Lane didn't screw up her timing once again on the show.
Yeah.
But still limited. Still limited in the time, so we can only play
what makes
so
it even
many.
more limited?
Me.
What?
Going on blaming me for stuff?
Yeah, it was my fault.
I can keep
That's my
going.
fault.
I'd like to play this dispatch, but now you're really sandbagging me here. All right, I'm going to play
Isn't
this
it
one.
teabagging?
Not that one. No, not that one. Here's Daddy 2 times. Daddy 2 times with the dispatch. Hello.
One of us, Watson. One of us. You now know how a lot of callers felt when the station first got the ability to identify those calling in, right? Even though you may be saying something that is truthful, that is honest, that makes perfect sense, now that the hosts and co-hosts know it's you that said it, you're like, oh man, did I say that the right way? Should I have said that? I don't know.
Oh, buddy, I say that all the time.
That's how it is, bro.
Yeah, all kinds of things come back to haunt me, and not right or wrong. More so, just like, oh God, I could have phrasing, Sean. We could have done that in a different way, but that'll have to do it. That'll be the last one. Let me see if any emails need to come in. Oh, so many people helping me with the Peacock situation. I swear to God, I will call the people that you have suggested. I will try to do the best by this Peacock. Let's see what we have for stories that didn't make the cut. If there's anything
Nobody
interesting.
wants the Peacock.
The Peacock is hurting, man. He's got a busted ass leg. got a busted leg. Bootsy says, WTF is he talking about? I don't know exactly what he was referring to.
They're going to have to cut the leg off, right? So is he?
I don't know what Daddy Two Times was talking about specifically there, but I guess it's just about something coming back to haunt you or something. I'm sure he's talking about something specific. The Iranian ceasefire is still shaky, but I guess hanging out because when I look at the markets, it's good news over there. The Dow's still not at 50,000, but it's getting closer by the day. Up 274 points right now at 48,184. 401ks rocketing back a little bit. Let's get to that 50,000 mark, though. Shall we? I would like that. I would think that would be good.
Did you hear, speaking of Pam Bondi, that she's trying not to testify at this thing she was subpoenaed for because she says she was subpoenaed as the Attorney General, and now that she's not Attorney General anymore, she doesn't have to show up?
Okay, that's one way to put it.
I saw some stories about that, and I couldn't tell if they didn't want her anymore or if it was like she was saying, I'm not in that job anymore. I think she's still going to have to testify, though.
I think that's what they're trying to get, they're pushing for.
Because they don't care if you're now in that job. They care about the thing they're investigating as Congress. If you were.
Listen, it's a bold attempt, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Maybe it does. Let's see. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today Alert.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today Alert.
It is Today Alert for a Thursday, April 9th, 2026. Thanks for being with us, everybody. Love you. Appreciate you. Secret Shows is Friday this week. It's Friday, not tonight. Friday is when Secret Shows will be live in the studio where I'm at right now. But for now, Today Alert, this guy right here.
Billy Ocean.
Billy Ocean is right. Yes, indeed. Billy Ocean has a third small extra lung.
Ah, they're going to say
I haven't
nipple.
heard of that before. You got 3 of them. He's got 3 lungs. He was born in Trinidad and Tobago. Beautiful place. To Violet and her husband, Hainsley Charles, a Grenadian musician. And look at him now. How amazing is Billy Ocean? Songs like this one and other ones. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of the show? Get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com.